Big in Tokyo. I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo. I wanna be big in Tokyo. Alright. Big in Tokyo. I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo. I wanna be big in Tokyo. Drink all the sake I want. Read all the manga I want. Wear all the bape that I want. Buy all the J's that I want. Be with any girl that I want. Drive any car that I want. I'm always out of the country. I'm sorry if I ain't home. If the money ain't calling, I never answer my phone. You can see the flow in my chakra. All we smoke is homegrown. You know the boy love ramen. Probably sipping on miso. I know a spot that has shield. I got a spot that has deals. Wait till I get a kimono. I'ma swag it out in my dojo. Some girls are asking for a photo. I guess this happens in Kyoto. When you young and popping in Kyoto. I ball with all of my nakamas. I dance with all of my nakamas. I drink with all of my nakamas, yeah. I only listen to Cole. I touch down with peace. Hiro isekai, shinara irekai. You are my enemy, you are no friend of me. You covered in jealousy, we only drink Hennessy. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. When I got money, you know it. When you got money, you blow it. How much you caught me a rollie? I'm living like Zach and Cody. Sweet life from young in the OG. From young, we learned to maneuver. I pick up and skirt in a Uber. I grew up with killers and shooters. No tell, but I think I'm cooler. I used to sleep with a deuce. I'm the moon god, got the juice. You switching sides like the man Bruce. Tight circle, cut the loose ends. Know I can go on vacation. You cannot escape from the matrix. I wrote all this shit in the basement. Art is my new occupation. Let's meet up at Kennedy Station. I've been at studio all day. I'd rather just make it the hard way. Sitting back while I'm looking up. Remember backyards cooking up. I just wanna be big. I wanna be big. Big in Tokyo. I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo. I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo. I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo. I wanna be big in Tokyo. Drink all the sake I want. Read all the manga I want. Wear all the bape that I want. Buy all the J's that I want. Be with any girl that I want. Drive any car that I want. Drive any car that I want. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Drink all the sake I want. Read all the manga I want. Wear all the bape that I want. Buy all the J's that I want. Be with any girl that I want. Drive any car that I want. I'm always out of the country. I'm sorry if I ain't home. If the money ain't calling.
Can't see me, my bad. I'll rocks with. There you go. So this, it better move me. I better be moved, bro. How y'all doing? What's going on? Hello, friends. Literally, what the type? You don't. You see, big in the real country. You want to be big in Tokyo? Yeah. Hey, we jigging, we moving. What's up, Mikey? Oh, you know what? Also, let me just hop in the cord in case anyone wants to hop in. Do I? Let me. What are my sentiments? What are the crystal balls telling me with this chapter? Crystal ball is telling me 6.5 to 7 out of 10. That's what Crystal Ball told me. I'm just hopping here. All right. Need a chapter now. TCB scans. Una pieza. Let's get it. So what up, light skin? All good. So what's going on? When are we getting the next episode in, bro? I'm ready. I got so many topics. I did research. I'm ready, bro. We need to get the Strong Nigga Trio podcast back and running, man. Damn it now, trying to vibe up Big in Tokyo. Nah, it's cut off. You could have had another 5 minutes of real music before you started. No, it's my turn. Listen to me. Listen to me. They said Minority Hunter. You know what I'm saying? What I'm talking about. All right. Oh, the chapter name's moving me. Hold on. It might be an 8. The Will of O'Hara? That's moving me. Let's get it. German 66. They're returning to German with company. Whatever, bro. Bunch of bozos. What are you saying? A futuristic city like this exists in the distant past? A shock to the whole crew? I mean, I guess I should be shocked because O'Hara probably tried to figure out the Void Century, and this is probably related to that, so I probably would be shocked. This is just conjecture. I once knew a passionate archaeologist who was willing to risk his life to shed a light on a certain kingdom. Not only that, but at a certain site, machinery was excavated that dated back to the same era as the kingdom. Are you saying that machinery was created during the Void Century? This isn't even that shocking to me. What's up, Miles? This isn't that crazy to me.
Hello.
What do you do, baby? They said Enma? I don't got Enma. Fuck Enma. I'd kick that sword of the sea, sucking out my hockey, sucking out my willpower. I didn't ask you that. I'm gonna ask you. I asked for that. Uh, a rare. It's moving me. You know what I'm saying? You tell me. You know something about this, Robin? No doubt it's a painful memory, but 22 years ago, your home of O'Hara was eradicated by a buster call. I think that happened because O'Hara uncovered the details of the kingdom's existence. What are they trying to hide so badly, though? That's really the question. Like, is that a big? I don't know. I don't know. I believe the history of the Void Century is the history of a conflict, one between an alliance of 20 nations and this forgotten advanced kingdom. I'm starting to think that perhaps that machinery that Emu might have used to eradicate, is it Lucia? The place was called. I wonder if it came from this kingdom and that's technology that he was privy to, or whatever, or the government had. I wonder. I wonder how much actual technical advancement they have there. Anyways, the Victorious 20 went on to form the world government. We know about that, and shape the world government, the history as we know it. And to ensure that the ideas of the ancient kingdom wouldn't live on, they erased every trace from its history. What? That's crazy. Whoa, Safrio. Whoa, what an epic romantic tale. Hang on, Vegapunk. You mean everyone knows about this? It gets eliminated, indeed. Then why'd you tell us? Yeah, I can't. You guys are pirates. What the fuck? So, Usopp could react like that. I can understand Usopp. Everyone else, bro, y'all. Some, anyways, bro, come on, brain. Forget you didn't hear anything. Like I said, this is just conjecture. So tell me, Nikorobi, if I'm right, and that discovery. I'm so tired, man. I need to sleep. And that discovery is why O'Hara was wiped out. Wouldn't the world government's actions be tantamount to a confirmation? Why are you asking about this? The scholars did devise a theory after all their extensive research, but wouldn't someone as high up in the government as you know everything about it already? I don't think he's. I think he's just an inventor. I don't think he's actually like really affiliated like that. I'm afraid government affiliation. Wow, makes no difference. I'm kept in the dark just like everyone else. That's fair. I would argue maybe just Emu and the girls say maybe no. Even bringing this topic to them would result in my immediate erasure. Um, yeah. What's up, Vince? I thought you were in the chat because someone said what's up, Vince. Nani, we're actually getting something this chapter. Hold on, I might need to read the chapter myself.
No, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to hear you say that. Oh, it was okay, or oh, I hate it. Just waiting.
They said a
It's
Hakai, you guess Hakai. I feel it. Then stop telling us this is just torture. Let us out of here. If that's true, how could you know they were researching that kingdom? All the books and materials in horror, and they were the will of O'Hara lives on. That day shocked the world. They threw them in the water, right? In a single night, O'Hara, the island renowned for its love of knowledge, was wiped out, save for one little girl. Hey, Nikodobi. Hey, Nigga the Obi. Hey, nigga Obi. Hey. The scholars were labeled devils. Actually don't know what that word is. Dissidents who plotted to overthrow the government. Dissidents. A person who opposes official policy, especially that of an authoritarian state. I'm gonna start using that word. Add that to my lexicon. Let's go. I like that word. Um, a few months after the incident, I paid a visit of my own to the scorched earth of O'Hara. I was acquainted with Professor Clover, the foremost authority on archaeology. I figured I should at least leave some flowers for him. You knew Professor Clover? Oh shit, that's kind of crazy. Can we finally get the damn name of the kingdom because we keep hearing that kingdom trying to piss me? Nah, bro, that kingdom. Kingdom Hearts. His obsession with the Void Century fueled his adventurous lifestyle, searching for relevant texts all over the world. The Marines incarcerated him on at least 10 occasions, but by the time he settled down, he was the world's most famous archaeologist. That's interesting. I don't know if that's. So he was super famous and a constant. Because I guess I would have argued that to some degree I was under the impression that they were doing a lot of this in secret. But all right, maybe when I revisit, I'll with some added content. Anyways, over time, countless scholars were drawn to him, and they all flocked to O'Hara. It became the holy land of archaeology. So it became that. Okay. Unfortunately, the aftermath of those talented minds coming together would prove tragic. When I stepped first up, no. What is going on with that silhouette, nigga? Why do you look like my guy from Pun Pun? Hey, why you look like a hairy dick in that picture? What's happening? When I stepped foot on O'Hara, even the trees of knowledge had been burnt to cinders. I was speechless when I saw it. Like, why do you look like that? But is he like, I don't know. But the lake at the center of the island had been filled with with an unbelievable number of books. Exactly, one of them I could only assume it was the work of the scholars and must have dedicated their final moments to ensuring the future had access to their treasure trove of knowledge. You know what I would kind of say? I could understand this to some degree, but I'm a little surprised Robin never went back to visit for some reason. But I could understand that's too painful. But I probably would be like, yo, did they leave anything? Is there anything left? I probably would have visited at some point, at least once, knowing me. Pun Pun and knowledge. We're not doing that this stream. Don't bring up the accursed franchise. What did I do? Um, where was I just now? I lost where I was. Treasures of knowledge. If any Marines did discover the books, they were apparently too ignorant to understand their value and left them be. O'Hara had triumphed over them. I don't know. I don't know if that. I mean, I hear you symbolically, I guess. When I realized that, I couldn't stop myself from crying. Please take care of Robin. Make sure she escapes the island. I still have a duty to do out here. Mommy, I don't want to leave you. Let me stay too. Save the books. Get the reference material out of the library. Robin, the history is our greatest treasure. It must be preserved. We can't just give up on your future. Mommy, be proud, Robin. Your mama's an honorable woman. O'Hara stood up to the world. There's Jaguar D. Saul. She crying. You helmet wearing bastard. How dare you make Robin cry? That's it, Vegapunk. You better release these shoes, Vegapunk. It's as you said, they came to the same conclusions about the kingdom. That was supposed to be off. I see, so it's all true. Where are the books from the lake now? I really want to take them back to Punk Hazard, but I knew if the top brass ever caught wind, it would all be over. So instead, they were taken by the people I saw that day. O'Hara West Blue, 22 years ago. A few months after the Buster Call incident, someone else is visiting the debris. See the kingdom, knowledge, giants. Let's wait. Who's that? All right, let's pull them up. Who are they? Is that anyone I can recognize? Is that like Girth or something? That was buggy ship. Let's see if I can recognize them. Who are they? What should I do? Do they have any idea how important those books are? It's been a while, Vegapunk. As usual, that head of yours makes you. Why you look like that? He's hideous. Dragon, what are you? I guess his brain is big. Is that you, Dragon? What are you doing here? Let me see, young Dragon. Okay, he's 33 here. I think he looks cooler, older. He needs a tattoo. It's not moving me. That's my line. Your head definitely looks like it's gotten a good bit bigger. I knew Old Man Clover. You too. I know he was once a bit of a hooligan roaming the seas, but all that nonsense about him trying to destroy the world, it's blatant propaganda. Dr. Vegapunk, you sound like me. Propaganda? Dr. Vegapunk, head of Punk Hazard Laboratory, 43 years old. Interesting. This, does he look kind of like Einstein to anybody? Do you think he's. Didn't Einstein have like a weird tongue thing? Am I tripping?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Am I
yeah, yeah,
misremembering
yeah.
that? Do you think was
That's
inspired? Yeah.
yeah. I feel like it's pretty obvious that he was.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me.
Okay. Are you worried about the Giants? They're not scavengers. I had a word with them just now. It seems they're from Elbaf. Interesting. Elbaf name drop. They're fully aware of the value of those books. Their captain was a strange giant wrapped from head to toe in bandages. Oh, Saul? Had to be Saul, right? No, is Saul that important, actually? They said his captain? No, maybe I'm wrong. Actually, Saul was a Marine. He said that O'Hara sacrificed himself for those treasures and he couldn't let them be erased now. After seeing a government like you looking about, I'm glad they're here to scoop them up and keep them safe. Hey, you know I never. You passed on joining the Freedom Fighters. Oh yeah, yeah. Is that the Revolutionary Army? Right? Freedom Fighters. That's his baby grassroots group. You passed on joining the Freedom Fighters a while ago, but it still made me sick to hear about you becoming one of their lapdogs. Don't be stupid. Your ragtag operation was too poor. You said I need the bread. What good are my skills and intellect if I can't actually build anything? I know. You're as blunt as ever. Are you worried about the Giants or not? Wait, I just read that. The world government is insanely huge organization. There are plenty of decent people on the inside that can be reasoned with, especially the Navy. Don't lose sight of the end goal, Dragon. I get it, but I can't just sit back after this. It's too damn much. Those harmless scholars were brutally snuffed out just for questioning their authority. It's a farce. They Loki just the same guy. Yeah, I'm going to raise an army that can fight them head on. I thought you hated war. Just watch Vegapunk. I'll change you. You didn't answer the question. You hate war or not, bro? He dodged that shit. The will of O'Hara won't die with Clover. And within a year, he, Emporio, Ivankov, my guy, and Bartholomew Kuma founded the Revolution Army, which continues to shake the world to this day. Wow, Luffy's stat sounds intense. Did you say Elbaf? Professor Clover's fate motivated Dragon. My head's gonna blow. Why did Kuma help us, and why did you modify him so much, Vegapunk? You know what probably is gonna bother a lot of people. I would surmise because Robin spent so much time with Dragon. If there was more stuff about Clover and whatnot, people are. I could see people be like, "Why wasn't that like more of a focus?" And even I'm wondering that to some degree. Why do you mind if I so much Vegapunk Eva? That bastard was the one founding the members of the Revolutionary. You didn't know that, Sean? The books from O'Hara certainly couldn't be left to be found by the government, but my curiosity compelled me to make a discreet trip to El. That's Saul. That's gotta be him. Diddy shitty shitty. Yes, sir. I knew he was alive. In other words, I didn't finish this. Make a discreet trip to Elbaf where the books were taken, and they allowed me to read each and every one of them. In other words, I took everything O'Hara uncovered about the world's secret and memorized it. It's all in my head, and I've continued their research. The giant captain, he's called Saul, isn't he? He's in hiding now, so I can't confirm anything. So yes. Look at her smile. She got the smile of thing. Thank you, Dr. Vegapunk. Thank you for not letting O'Hara's sacrifice be in vain. I try to help progress. How to help progress every field of thought possible. It is my nature as a scholar. What? These shoes are moving on their own. I can't release you just yet. Follow me. There's something I want to show you. Junkyard, Eggheads, Fabrication Stratum. Chopper, there's no way to get in. Oh, it must be one of those types that's moved on its own. Let me see something real quick. Clover is just Hiryuken in disguise. Yeah, the tongue thing is a bit too on the nose. Definitely Einstein. They look the same guy. Needs the bread. There's no passion, no mindset, no vision. Eva's the goat. This man, Oda, really fears death. LOL. Facts. Dragon's motivation being O'Hara's not moving me. If we saw the relationship, it could be more. It could be interesting. That's fair. I got problems with this. Ukuzan been capping since day one. Ennis lobbies went from a 8 to a 7 out of
Yes,
10.
sir.
Ennis
Yes, sir.
lobbies?
Here we go.
We're not
Here we
doing that.
go.
There's nothing wrong with Ennis lobbies. Chopper,
Here we
there's
go.
no way to get in. Oh, it must be what type of moves on its own. Move, Robo. Move. Doesn't need a special command. Maybe we just gotta say its name. Move, Robo Nosuke. Luffy's such serious. Move, Robo King. You're such kids. There's no way it's gonna move. It's moving. That's sir. The robot's gonna blow. Save me, Quasar. Save me, Quasar. Another good no. Another debacle. Someone please save me, Quasar. Perhaps space time bent mid warp. What? There's a guy in there like Kinemon. I'm sinking. I've got you. Sorry, it's him. Much obliged. You're Dragon's boy, right? Oh shit! Right off the bat, I knew you'd come. Good job on making it. Oh my, Bonnie. Dear me, you should have gotten big. It's splendid that you seem so full of vigor. What? Are you floating, Vegapunk? You know you can float too. That's scary. That sounds like that's it. We can all float. Nah, I ain't floating, bro. Those Dom shoes you're wearing have a nifty hover function. What? You see here? Press the button on the side and grab the lever and give it a big old push like this. That's the way. Gazooks, we've flown too far. Now he really looks like Einstein. And is that an apple on his head? Oh, okay. I kind of get the apple actually. I guess Newton apple thing. Dr. Vegapunk, the man with the biggest brain in the world, leader of the Navy's SSG Special Science Group. So I'm guessing he split up his brain and put it in all the other Vegapunks. That's why his head doesn't look as fucking big as it was before. That's my guess. That's not at the end. Is there anything else? No, this is the colored stuff. All right. Let me see. I think that the fact that we're driving. Oh my god, please, my brain just worked for like another hour. Diving into some dragon stuff is interesting and whatnot, but I feel like it's a little bit of retroactive continuity probably happening here. Got no problem with Vegapunk's reveal and everything. That stuff is fine. But I could argue that Dragon's motivation being Ohara is not moving me, but I'd argue that's not the motivation. Maybe that was just the final nail in the coffin that made him want to act, and that was the catalyst for him moving. I got a problem with this. Any's nope. Kinemon, Will of K. Marines are incompetent as heck. They just said books and info. That ain't important. Let's not bother burning them despite their memo of racing history. But did they see it? Wasn't he speculating that if they did see it, they deemed that it wasn't important? What if they didn't see it? By the way, the idea that Dragon is Robin's dad actually got credibility now. Wait, why? I did not even know that was a thing. So that's the first time I'm hearing that. That sounds dumb to me. Applehead looking ass. I'm still dead. Vegapunk is synthesizing Super Saiyan gods, freedom fighters. Shit. Ah, Rich is kind of right. Like chapter's fine. Chapter's fine.
So what I
Like a
say,
7.
man? Come
Like
on,
a 7.
man. This shit too easy.
That's like a 7 to me.
No, I knew it was going. Listen. I went on the TL. 10 niggas said it was the greatest of all time. Another 10 niggas questioning the whole series. Like, I can't believe Oda did this. I'll say, okay, I know what's going. Now it's gonna say it's a 7. There we go. Boom. I said this shit is easy, man. It's too easy. Cause basically, honestly, where you at with One Piece is where I've probably been like for a while. But like it's different because you had a deep love for One Piece. My thing is I love One Piece, but not like nearly to the extent that any of y'all did. Like I was never around Once Upon a Time Screaming was the greatest of all time and shit like that. So like now, I just feel like I stand around all the time and I'm sitting in the middle, and that's where you are. A little bit different, but that's how I know it. That's why I know where it's going. I'm like, man, this is easy for me. I know what he finna say. Cause other niggas, every chapter that come out is just the greatest of all time, which is wise. And then the other 10 niggas, they went from loving it, and now they basically kind of where we were in Tower of God. So now every chapter fucking sucks for them. So I'm just like, yep, I know where we at. This is easy.
What do you think, Miles?
What do I think?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of dog shit.
Why? What's up?
I think it's nice to get confirmation for shit. I don't think I'll ever not getting confirmation. I think it's good to have in stories. So like, I think if we're talking about the Clover piece, or not even like the Clover piece, the fact that Dragon and Vegapunk has like a relationship, I think actually makes logical sense because of the Kuma part, and I think that's something that the community's already kind of come to like that conclusion. Because like, why else would Vegapunk have done what he did with
We
Kuma?
also already know that because he's on the phone with him.
Yeah. So like, things like that. It's like, okay, like it's good to see like this isn't even like a starting point, but it's good to see like how it goes. I think the Clover part's a little weird because like you have this archaeologist that's super important and knows these guys. I feel like one that would be a a more of a connecting point as to why Robin and Dragon should have talked, and then the whole O'Hara thing. I agree with you. I don't think it's the reason. I think it's he had multiple other things, but I still find it even iffy for it being his last reason because he should have already seen probably plenty of atrocities. But maybe we don't know the full history. Maybe this is the first island he's seen just completely destroyed. Maybe. Who knows?
Sometimes I wonder if it's just maybe because they're just like, maybe if there's other factions like them, perhaps like the freedom fighters to the Revolutionary Army, they're capable of violence and stuff and things of that nature. Maybe it's because these are just people who are going around. They're literally reading. They're not even combatants in a sense because I'm gonna assume Clover wasn't particularly powerful since he got captured so many times. I could be wrong. I don't know that for a fact because I would argue at the very least with Nolan when we saw him traveling, there was some display of kind of strength there. Though he wasn't like defying the world government, he was kind of following the orders of his king. The
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the times when we go to the flashback with these kind of things, I do wonder sometimes if there's continuity issues in some way, shapes, or form
I
because I would argue that there's something here with this flashback that I don't think is consistent. I haven't put my finger on it. I could be wrong, but
I
I'm not mad at what Alpha said about them. I guess you're right. Like if you really wanted to erase O'Hara, erase O'Hara. You did a piss
that's
poor
what
job doing that.
I was literally talking to Glenn about this because he asked me my opinion. I think the book shit is one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever seen. Because Oda just consistently proves that the Marines and the world government are one of the most incompetent organizations in all of manga. It's actually getting more and more pathetic as time goes on. It's sad. You're going to wipe off an entire island because they know something about the past and you don't make sure everything's destroyed. That makes illogical sense. The Marines specifically had the books in their hands and said, oh, this shit doesn't look important. Motherfucker, what? And even if that was the case, you have Aokiji and Akainu on the island. And this is the issue with any story that has huge strength like levels like later that goes on. And I can understand that you may not know like how strong do I want my Yonkos or Admirals to be or whatever at the beginning of the story. But it looks even worse now when we see the level of power Aokiji and Akainu, where it's like these motherfuckers could have just completely atomized the island themselves.
Because their fight itself turned the island into ice and fire. Get your point.
Yes, he is fucking lava. He could have just literally melted the island to a crisp. Or Aokiji could have just flash froze everything. Like
Here we go.
you
Let's
have two.
go.
You have the admirals are basically the One Piece equivalent of nukes. They can just get rid of everything. It's no big deal. If this information is so deadly as you guys come as you proclaim that Oda keeps giving it out to make one of the most quote unquote tragic backstories of all time, then make sure you do a good job. That's all. Don't pretend to be like, oh, they kind of know the history. This could lead to uprisings across the entire world, but we're not gonna make sure everything's destroyed. Destroy it. You get that island off the fucking map. You don't let shit stay. Especially when we know as time goes on, other islands have been actually wiped off the fucking map. They used fucking Pluton a while ago to destroy an entire island. What are we doing here? Islands get destroyed. Or whatever the sky device that Emu did to destroy an entire island that Saba was on.
Mm.
Uranus, I'm sorry. We destroy islands. This is this is One Piece. These guys are strong. These are strong fuckers. Destroying an island isn't that crazy. I think this is really weird.
I think that's fair.
Again, I still think every time we see revolutionary shit, retroactively why Robin wasn't talking to Dragon or learning other specific things, it's even worse. Because if this is a huge reason why you're doing this, from going freedom fighters to revolutionaries, or you know someone from this island and you know this girl's the last survivor of it and you're not building a strong relationship with her and she's on your son's crew, yeah, that makes no fucking sense. That literally makes no sense.
Here we go.
And then I think my last point is I think the Saul shit's stupid. Uh, Personally, I'm well over the lack of deaths and shit. I don't care.
Yep.
I just think it's one of those things of why retroactively go back and make a dead character in a flashback alive when the impact on Robin and what it did for her was so strong. I think keeping books alive that Giants recorded and saw alive is just kind of like making all these things about Robin's backstory, I think, unimportant. She's
I
supposed
disagree.
to be the last
That
survivor.
that I disagree.
Yep.
That I
Fine.
Here
disagree
we
with.
go. Here we
Give
go.
I
me give me a
I
second though. Give me a second though.
okay.
Hold your thought. Robin and Dragon talked. Oda's not going to show it. We'll see. Well, the Marines are just an incompetent track. Just an incompetent track writer as late. They're supposed to be opposing the force of pirates, but I can't take them seriously with all the dumb decisions they're making. They just bombed the whole place and dipped. They never checked anything. They didn't have the books. The Cipher Pole agents should have swept O'Hara clean. What happened to O'Hara was the only time the government looked threatening, and now it got spun to look at them being goofy. Well, he said if we don't know if they found out. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like it's an if thing, but man, all this negativity. Where's Pat? Don't kill me. But yeah, they should have atomized it for sure. Time for negativity. The Marines are incompetent and dumb. The world government is also dumbasses. Oda constantly lowering their stock. It's time for me to thrive. Damn it, Vince. Damn it, Vince joined this. Cough, cough, God Valley. Man, think Emu killed the island. No, he didn't. Um, Buster calls are not a threat no more. That's fair. I don't agree with. They're just a threat to like East Blue where pirates are weak and abundance of villains. You can't even destroy books. Come on now. People in OP freeze when they aren't on screen. They don't be having conversations like NPCs that like I kind of somewhat could agree with that to some extent. Not even a flashback that's our safe now. I'm still upset that Robin chilling with the revolutionary didn't lead to much in the end and she learned some fisherman karate. All right, will we continue, Miles?
Uh,
What your thought?
what do you mean Umu didn't kill the island? He sent the order. What are we talking about?
Oh, I didn't say that. I was reading the comments.
What did he just? Okay.
Well, Lucia got off the map,
Uh,
from my understanding. Yes.
yeah. Like what?
Mm.
Anyway. Also, I think the giant shit. It's weird. I genuinely feel like the Giants coming and doing this with this and him bringing Saul back is literally just for Elbath. I feel like this is just supposed to be a connecting point for us to care about something in
I
Elbath. I
actually
feel like
agree with that.
that's the only
That
reason
that
why it's
that was
here.
forced. That was a forced connection to give us a
It
reason to
feels a
go to
little
Elbaf.
lazy to me.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
That so to me, I'm just like, okay, I guess
Mm.
sure, it's okay because but it's just one of those things of just like, dude, whatever. I don't care about Giants to begin with, so maybe that's another thing. But it just
I can.
I feel like there's just a lot where this is what we were waiting for.
Well, we'll have to see how it. I mean, I'm not mad at anybody who's
There's
disappointed, but it's
yeah,
not. It's not. You haven't seen everything, I guess. But he can't fumble the voice
it's not
century stuff.
even disappointment, honestly. I'm just like, because I feel like it's more of like it's more of like dealing with things that have already been like established,
Mm.
or I should say,
He's messing with
what
things that were
like
kind of set in
thought to be
stone.
established.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's just like for what
Here's what
reason?
I'll say though. I never thought Saul was dead, right? And that, I'm not blaming anyone who thought he
That's
was.
interesting.
That's
You
a
and a lot of people actually seen that prediction a lot in my time
yeah.
reading One
So
Piece.
I never actually thought that he was one of the people that died in the flashback. So that's like him being alive is actually when they said giant, there's a reason my mind went to Saul first because I actually think I don't think Kuzan killed him. I never thought he was going to kill him. And your point about Robin is well taken as a reader because we have dramatic irony. But I will the reason why I'll say that I don't think it diminishes the backstory at all and what it did for her is because ultimately she just found this out. She did not know that. So as far as she knew for what 22 years or so, that nigga died to protect her. That still stands. That moment where she cries about it, that still stands. I can understand from the outside looking in now, removing that, just being as a reader. You might look at a scene now and be like, it doesn't hit the same because I know he's not dead. I understand that it recontextualizes an old scene, but the effect that it had on Robin, I don't think it changes that. So I'm not as upset, but I understand where you guys are coming from.
I think the reason why it's really bad is because this seems to be a consistent thing now
I can agree with that. He's been doing this
of
for a while
people
recently.
putting their life on people putting their life on the line to protect somebody, but they're just not
Someone
buying.
say Kuina's alive.
Yeah,
Stop.
and
The shonen
and I
effect of nobody dying and everybody
and
still
I
expecting people to die.
and I'm not a
One
big
day.
proponent of people dying in stories. I'm not like a person that enjoys people dying like that. I like seeing actually a lot of characters living. I enjoy that shit. Dying doesn't do much for me unless it's like really specific. But it's just it's the fake outs. I wouldn't mind if it didn't happen, but don't fake it out. Don't pretend to my face it's something that it's not.
Oh man.
If
One
if
day.
if if,
Y'all will
if Robin
learn.
was
Y'all
like
listen.
if Robin was like, I think Saul might be alive, I'm not sure, but Oda's like he's probably dead and he shows up, I would be fine because it's like at least you left a question mark there. So you didn't lie. But like a lot of this shit comes off as like you're just lying to me about like how events are playing out.
Damn. He said that Oda unreliable narrator.
Vince.
Nah, that Kuina comment's killing me. Kuina's not alive, bro. Gonna put
Bro,
this out there. Or
Kuzan alive, fucking, all the niggas alive, bro. Okay. Better bring them all
Orihime
back.
Izumu. Don't be surprised with Oda. That's all I'm saying. If Oda fumbles, one century is over. I'm starting to think that Oda's old editor was carrying because Oda's been frauding ever since he left, and everyone else and her mother die. It's still impactful as hell. I guess I think that's also a good point because she did just kind of meet her mother for like the first time, and the life that she had was so. Again, I don't like. Again, it's one of those things where like we're using dramatic irony. I understand like as an outsider reading the story, but I think for the characters in there, it's fine. So I'm not gonna make it a big deal. But I get it. I really do. I get it. Bellemare is alive. Just watch. I lost where I
Hell
was. It
yeah.
just ruined Saul. Like when Pell and Pound came back. Pell was like an immediate reveal though. At least with Pound and this, it's so delayed. It could be annoying. I get that. Saul being alive in the same vein as Bon Clay surviving. I'm just tired, man. Vince having a jolly good time, huh?
Oh, cause I,
Italy.
cause, cause I hear y'all doing this
I,
shit, and this shit does not matter at all to me. Cause I know how this go. I've seen this for the 5th time in the past 5 years. Like,
oh
how many
Vince,
times
Vince,
do I gotta see y'all niggas
Vince.
do this shit, man?
Wait, Vince, hold on. Relax, okay? You haven't been here. Trust me.
No,
My
I've
spirits on
been
this
here.
are already gone. Trust me.
No, I'm good.
I'm just saying
You're
how
good.
I see things, okay? Okay? That's all I'm doing.
You
And
you are good. I just know how this shit go in Shonen. I seen it too many times.
yes.
I already
Yes.
had this a decade ago with Fairy Tale, so I already know how this go. I expect this to happen all the time, so I'm good. Now I'm
It's just one of
just
those things.
watch it happen.
And Naya, I hear your point about the dramatic irony. I agree. The impact of how someone lives their life is changed based off what they felt they experienced in the moment. I agree. But the reason why I think it's really bad, again, this isn't from her perspective, it's ours, as you said. It's and maybe this is just how I took it, which I admit to. Sure. But I think the real tragic thing about Robin is that she's supposed to be the lifeline of a not like however long island. Like she is everything that they could stand for in present day time. From the knowledge that they have to the people it's called like she is that lifeline.
Oh, is that it? So I thought you were gonna keep going. Um, I guess that's fair. To Vince's point, I understand where he's coming
No, no,
from,
no.
but
If she died, right? Wait,
did you cut out?
what I was wait, what? Can you hear me?
I don't know. Keep going.
Yeah, I
Go
think
ahead.
I did.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
yeah, go ahead.
Can, wait, can you hear me?
Yes.
I was saying, to me, the point was if she did die, that means all of Ohara is now officially lost in the world. And I think there's something tragic to that. But now that you have, there's
You're
basically a
making.
treasure
I
trove in
get it. You're making
Elbaf.
the lost son of Krypton argument. The last son of
Yeah.
Krypton argument. I get it. I understand.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh no, that your shit's actually safe out there. So if she does, like O'Hara's okay.
You know, Nye, for potentially a future stream or something like that, maybe you should talk about how you think deaths and all fake ass and all this shit is done in manga because it happens all the time, especially in this genre and everybody in this particular, what do you want to call it, genre, demographic, both, whatever. It happens all the time. So I just, I think it'd be something good to talk about potentially because it's not like One Piece is the only series to do this. This happens in all of them.
Hey, Vince.
They all do this.
Most of them do this.
So,
Hey, Vince.
Yeah.
Stop your Twitter preaching, okay?
I don't care, bro. Like you could go ahead, like, bro. The floor is yours. If you wanted to hate on One Piece and shit all over it and smear it, go ahead, bro. I'm not stopping you. I have nothing in this. Bro, I'm not saying you do. I'm saying I have nothing. I have nothing in this anymore. I have no ball in none of this court. I'm just saying I continue to see this over and over and over again. Especially with One Piece, I guess, because for how long this shit been going on, like this is I'm personally over this entire shit. I've had enough of the conversation about it, but I'm gonna let y'all rock with it. I'm here because I just wanted to hear Nine say it was fine. That's why I came here. Cause I knew it was gonna happen.
Oh shit! It ruins when Pal Pal came back, Saul being alive. Same. I said already. Have a good time. He's laughing at the rookies. I'm the veteran. I ain't no rookie. Fuck, we looking like I'm the oldest. While I watched about the other day, y'all talking about this. Yep. Oda tries to make the cake and eat it. Either kill the characters and get the emotional moment, or don't kill anyone and don't do this. The BS. I actually want Bon Clay to be alive. No cap. I love that man. I could probably agree with that. But when he was shocked, when he was alive, I was shocked. But I realized that the reason he survived was because of Black. When I realized because of Blackbeard's escape is the reason that he was alive. Because Magellan was badly beat up. I'm like, that actually makes sense. So that's not that crazy. So I could live with that. Fairy Tales, so you've been hurt too, Vince. Well, Fairy Tale never got me like that. Actually, that's not entirely true, because Fairy Tale's somewhat. But I caught on to the shtick pretty early, I would say.
No. Okay, I'll split.
Whatever arc Natsu starts to eat that thing, but it also has like the fire element, and he was fighting whoever he was fighting. I knew what type of time he was on. So, One Piece and Fairy Tail being shut together shows the problem with Oda recently. Hold on, it's happening all the time. Doesn't make any less bad. I think it's still there, but at the same time, the passing of knowledge to the next future generation is necessity, or hard people who research for so long, and they want to archive it. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying okay. So because One Piece was like kind of my first semi-introduction to this particular thing. So what's it called? The Orkin Sis or however you pronounce it. I can't pronounce shit. But that arc with Min, yeah, when they did that, and I thought those dudes from Blue Pegasus died because I heard a blood curl scream, and I was like, "Oh, they're dead. We got real." And then at the end of the arc, they came back on a bike or something on a little balloon thing. I said, "Oh, I know exactly." I know exactly what's going on. And ever since then, it's happened in almost every show that I read.
I definitely will say the first time Fairy Tail cheesed me, like I was hella annoyed, is when Natsu beat Cobra by fucking yelling at the top of his lungs, and I said, "There's no way that's how he lost."
See, my thing is, it became a shonen element thing. This is why I don't I don't believe in this genre because they just all do this shit. Like I don't know. People be like, "Oh my god, they didn't kill anybody. Nobody's dead." I'm like, "Are you new here?" They know people don't die in shonen manga. They just don't. Are you new? Yeah. This doesn't happen. People don't die in this genre of storytelling. I don't know how many times y'all got to see this. That's why y'all be losing your minds when something and fucking even in that shit. Look what they did in Attack on Titan. Oh, he killed his mom, and the whole thing came full circle. Like, come on, bro, give me a fucking break. Like this shit is a joke. Like this whole fucking genre a joke. That's why y'all keep doing this shit. I don't care anymore. I'm over it. How many times I gotta watch it to see y'all go through this song and dance? Y'all know what's gonna happen.
The reason that I don't, first of all, I know I'm reading, so I'm not the one that's upset about any of this.
Oh no, you good. Right? Yeah. I know what you are.
What One Piece specifically, especially 165, I like 165%. I believe it's even more than I did Limit Break ever since 1080. Like I don't believe in any death at this point. Like it is what it is, right? But 100%. I never thought Saul was dead though. So like I think for a lot of you guys, you're shocked. I saw Luffy get frozen and defrosted, and he was alive, right? I know what type of time Kuzan is on. What type of time he's on. Kuzan is not like a malicious bad person. He's actually a pretty good dude. He even let Luffy live because he liked Garp. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's on vacation. Like,
Yeah.
I know what he is. I didn't think he would actually murder Saul straight up. I never believed
Agreed.
that. If that was Akainu, different story. Melted.
Yep.
Okay? Magma
Yep.
in your chest. So for me, it was that him being alive is literally not shocking. That's why he's the first name that came to mind when they said giant. Why?
100%. Also, if I don't see a body, I don't believe somebody's dead. That's just the
also a good
rule.
point. That's also a good point.
If there's not a body, they're not
If it's a
dead. to me.
cutaway?
Ace, we
Yeah.
saw a body.
Mhm.
And a couple
Yeah.
other people we saw a body. If I don't see a body, they could be alive until we get to the part of the series where they're just like, oh, they're not alive.
Mhm. Shout out to Sriracha for actually killing people. Yeah, get Tamara, man. I realized this shit with Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon. Fairy Tail was this.
Exactly. It started early, but Dragon Ball Z was such a different case that
To
I
be fair,
couldn't
they
put
did
that with
die.
anything.
They
See, I
actually
said they
did
died. Yeah,
die.
they
They just got brought back.
Such a unique thing at the time. Not
They don't,
everybody
they
was
don't
like
actually
that.
come back. They actually don't come back as much as people try to exaggerate. Like Goku died like 60 times. I'm like,
That's true.
he didn't die that many times. Fate was one of the first anime I watched, so I stayed with it longer than I should have. I thought it was at the time about genuinely pissed when when Ezra, the sort of meteor, and all their bones, their body was broken. You should know what type of time Ezra was on when she beat that tree exploding dude on
She
that
was
island.
ridiculous.
Because didn't she got like a push and boost of speed because her friends pushed her that weren't there. I'm like,
Yeah, some
she's actually
nonsense.
so unserious.
I was done with that story when the fucking he did that time shit and he said that I forgot their names, but the
Dragon
devil guy.
Acnologia like destroyed the island, and they were like, yeah, remember the first founder of Fairy Tail or something, or the creator of the guild, like saved them. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, all right, man.
Yeah, they were in another. Yeah. Like, come. That's what I was like. I'm done with this, man.
I'll just say this. I share Vince's sentiments, but there's some series that prove to me otherwise, and then I'll take it a little more seriously if you prove it to
Oh,
me
that's what I mean. Like,
no,
at this point,
I
you have to
totally
define
understand what you're saying, because there are some actual general like generic battle shonen where the characters do die and whatnot. So, but he's right. The general rule of thumb is they ain't dying. They all. You thought there was. I think what pisses me off specifically about One Piece and some other ones is I could say is how brutal it looks sometimes. Like it looks like a brutal fatal brawl. It's like, yay, we're live, hee, party. I'm like, bro, I saw your fucking skull get caved in. It is what it is, though.
Welcome to shonen, man. They love, and I don't know if that's just some rule they got over there or what. Because at first I was just chopping up to individuals, but I don't know. Maybe they got a secret meeting where they like, you need to bring these niggas back. I don't know.
I think it's especially prevalent in Weekly Shonen Jump.
Probably.
Actually,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I think
That
other
particular
magazines
thing
take more liberties.
It's different. Yeah, they're the ones that's what I meant. I'm like, how many times you got to see these niggas and here do this? They do this all the time. Unless it's a series that's completely like not part. If it's in that battle shonen genre, you gotta know. Unless you see a body, because how many like if I had to put on a number on it, if I say like the total number that's like actual important people, I say most battle shonen kill between like 3 to 5 people that actually matter at any point. That's about the number. Like you, like a bunch of like side people who don't matter probably die, or like you didn't connect to that well. But that I guess it's judgely, it's perspective based. I guess how important they were to you. You might have really liked them. But most of the time, it's somewhere between 3 to 5.
I don't even know if it reaches. I don't even know if it is that. That seems like too much, honestly.
Well, I can see. Well, the parents died. The parents died at the beginning. The fucking you get a master, they die.
Do they count?
So, they get it real. But I said it depends on you. And then the master dies to prove it real. Then maybe somebody dies at the end of the series, jumping in the way of some attack, and somebody jumps away of an attack. That was important. That's about 3.
Feel it.
I don't know. That's the way I just look at
the
this
SBS and them cards. I'm not gonna get upset anymore. I'm gonna move. You should have really done the Fairy Tail versus history.
Now I will say that I understand people being mad about writing out stuff and putting it in that. What was he doing? Those cars or whatever nonsense he was doing with that. Now that I understand about that, cause that's fucking lame. That's lame. Put this shit in the story. It's the same shit I talk about with fucking
TOG.
Kubo. Well, not Kubo specifically, but the dude who
light
tell me about
novels?
the light novels and shit. Like, don't give me none of that. If it's not on a page, I don't care. So I can understand you being upset about that or something like that. But
I dropped Fairy Tail so long ago, so I feel you though. Lost. As it isn't it? No, her name's Urza. It is Urza on the series, but she's hot, so we vibing. I mean, the thoughts in the Fairy Tail go crazy. You can never deny that. Oda's gonna put in. I read that already. Where's the Attack on Titan and Fairy Tail versus history, bro? I'm cooked, man. I don't tell you guys. I got nothing.
He's
else
not
to
doing
say
that.
yet.
And
I'm
plus,
I'm
I
so
cook
tired.
Attack on Titan every week. There's
I'm
no
so-
need for that.
that I don't know. Well, it'll come out, man. The stream proved that Gintama was built different. It's one of my favorites, so I'm not mad at this. So I still don't think it's egregious. So Saul might be a man marked by flame. Oh, let me think. Because I guess Gohar burned. I like that though. Anyways, I was late in the stream now. What are your thoughts on the chapter? I was pretty neutral. I don't say neutral, but I thought it was fine. Like I wasn't like I wasn't down and I wasn't like super high. I was pretty even keeled. Like, yo, there's some good information here. There's some questions that I have and a couple concerns that I have here. But I would probably argue the reason that maybe I was generally okay with it is because it was Robin focused and I really like Robin, so just kind of nice. But
Yeah, it was good for her to finally get something after a while.
Yeah.
'Cause she was just mascot territory for a while.
And I think that maybe when she goes to Elbaf and she gets to read that book and read some of the history, she's gonna make a deeper connection that no one else can make. Because what I am anticipating is there's some type of message in those books that was left for her. So when she goes and maybe possibly reads it, she sees what Clover and her mother or the scholars of Ohara truly left for her.
always loved.
Thing. So
You were always loved.
that was always what?
No, I was saying like the message is gonna be like, "I love you," like you were always loved.
Oh,
Ah,
what's up, Pat?
Something like that.
I'm here.
Y'all saw the Isayama statement. My guy tried to guilt trip people into not slandering the ending. Did he really? Anyways,
Bro, I
oh
don't-
wait, I read that. He what? Explained that fucker did not that fucker did not down that fuck shit. There's no fucking way. What do you think with the chapter, Pat?
It was great.
No.
Speak on it. There's a lot of concerns a lot of people have right now.
Of course they do. They're never happy. I'm not here to please them though. I'm
There
just
you
here
go,
to tell you
Pat.
what I like.
You go,
Yeah,
Pat.
bro. I don't give a fuck if they had concerns or not. I like it.
No,
There, drop the DDT on Pat.
that's
Let's
not the.
go.
That's not. I just want to know like I want your perspective so we can get some balance here, I guess. Because I'm kind of in the middle. Like I'm like 7 out of 10. I'm good. I would argue most people are that I've seen in the chat are down. They seem to be a little not happy.
Of
with
course
it.
they are.
But what's your thoughts?
Everyone that comes into your chat always has something negative to say. I've
Not-
never seen
Not always.
your
not
chat
Always, not always.
have a full-on consensus like, yo, this chapter was amazing. Oda is great. Da da da. They always have a concern. I cannot
Crocodile.
please them.
Crocodile
So I will
chapter.
not be here. What?
Crocodile chapter. Maybe
The
I didn't.
fuck outta here,
Maybe
Naya.
I didn't. Maybe I just didn't see it because I was so happy. But were they upset?
Yeah. There were people that were upset. Talk about some. Oh well. If
No, he's
Crocodile
right.
was
He's
always
right.
this
I was
good-
blinded by Crocodile. He's right. They're like, what? Oh no, he's right. I know. I saw Crocodile give a fuck about no hatred. No, he's right. But what are your thoughts though?
I was pretty interested to see when and how Vegapunk and Dragon knew each other. I didn't think we were gonna get it this quickly, so I really like that. I like that during the Ohara flashback that we had when Water 7 was airing and they had the journalists throw the books into the lake.
Which we see.
I always thought that nothing was gonna come of that. Because I was like, well, nobody's gonna visit this place because they're about to raise the whole place to the ground. But I'm glad something came of it. People came to see the destruction and debris. The books were salvaged, so what they did was not in vain. I'm really happy about that. I'm glad my nigga Saul survived. Let's go.
I never thought
He
he
did
was
not
dead.
deserve to die that day.
I never thought he was dead. By the way, just so you know. I don't know if I actually I'm actually I realize this might be like the first time I actually said this on stream. My friends know this, but I never thought he was dead. I'll explain to you after why. But keep going.
Oh, you never told me that.
You know, I haven't
That's
thought about him
surprising.
in a while. I won't lie to you. That's probably I haven't thought about him in a while. I
Yeah, I like that.
go ahead.
I like that Saul's alive. He did not deserve to die that day. He did not commit a crime.
Mhm.
Well, actually, he did, but fuck the world government. Uh, what else? Oh, Vegapunk. His design is modeled after Einstein, which I think is really cool.
Yeah,
And
I picked that up. I picked up because of the tongue thing. I'm like, didn't he have a weird tongue issue or something or a tongue gimmick? Like I don't know. So I assume that.
yeah,
I think it's
he had a photo out with
I
his
think
tongue
it's
out.
especially obvious in the last page. He looks a lot more like him when his head's kind of normal. I would argue.
Hmm.
But keep going.
I like his design 22 years ago and his current day design. I think they're both really goofy. They really fit the tone of One Piece. I was hoping it would look something like this. I didn't want to
I
look. I
actually
don't. I
thought
didn't
he'd
want to
have a
have
big
like no.
cranium, but I thought it'd be more bulbous than I thought it would be like vertical. like gone in his hair when he's fighting like Pito or whatever. Like that, but yeah, because but at first I'm like, what is this monstrosity? Why do you look like this?
He couldn't
The
even fit his
silhouette,
head on one
the
page.
silhouette. I said, son, what the hell is this long ass shit I'm seeing?
But I like that. It's smaller now because I'm guessing he dissected his brain into
Put it
six
into the
different
six
pieces.
Vegapunks. Yes.
Yeah.
You
So
think you think the
I'm.
apple was a call to Newton? Because
I hope so.
he's using because the apple on his head is like closing his brain. So I'm like, is that like a Newton call? That is the apple, gravity, anti gravity. I saw the vision. What would you say to people who have complaints about the fact that if if Dragon was this close to Clover and had this connection to O'Hara, that like stuff with Robin when he was there didn't are basically not significant. Like now, like that's even worse to a lot of people now
Where's how?
because people are already upset that we didn't get a lot about the revolutionaries as a result of Robin being there and like oh what she went there and all she learned was a fishman karate move type of thing. It's like the kind of like very lazy way of explaining the general consensus around that. But people, even I have issues with how like Robin came back and not getting certain things with the Revolutionary Army. But I would say that with some people, it's now exacerbating knowing that he knew Clover.
So they're mad that Dragon didn't talk to Robin about Clover.
Yeah, or possibly something of the sort.
Okay, but Dragon's not a scientist. He just knew him.
I mean, I hear you.
So what would
The
he tell him?
level,
It's not like he read the
the
book.
level of coke this motherfucker Pat has is out of this world. This shit is crazy. You know, don't say people. You can just say me. I have issues with this. I'll, I'll raise my class from
Okay,
that.
but
All right.
Miles,
I think
Dragon's not
I
a
think it's
scientist.
dumb. Who gives a fuck? What that got to do with anything?
Ah!
What science got to do with an archaeologist? Again, this goes back to simply Oda refuses to let people just have basic conversation. I'm not saying Dragon has to go up to Robin on his knees. Oh, I'm so sorry, O'Hara got burned down. Please forgive me. Like, no one's asking for all that shit. But a simple, oh, you're the last survivor of a horrible incident that I acknowledge was so horrible that it's one of the reasons why I became a revolutionary. Not to mention, one of your lead archaeologists on said island was someone that I knew. And not only that, but you're also the archaeologist on my son's crew. I have three connecting points as to why I would probably at least say, hey, what's up? People say hi in public. People say hi for less in real life. Come on.
I hear you, but what purpose does that serve towards the story?
Well,
Mother.
I could interject there because for me, I think it's those are the small things that keep the lore and continuity of that kind of thing solid. Where it's like I would argue in a similar vein, this is a weird kind of Tower of God problem where you're like, does that make any sense? Is that kind of consistent? I'm not saying like I'm kind of with him in the sense I'm not saying I had to like get on his knees or whatever, but like this was one of the motivating factors that made him go find Kuma. Opposite of Emporio. Is it Emporio and Vankov actually? Am I right? Yeah, Emporio and Vankov.
Ivankov.
And I'm forgetting anybody. Was it those three I started? Did they say that
It was
anybody
just
else?
those three. No,
Right?
it was just
So
those
it's
three.
just like when you have those small things constantly happening, right? So like I'm gonna give you an example from Tower of God in the third season that made us very happy, despite it being a very small detail. They saw Hajin Sung and recognized him as the massacrer of the Ha family. He has been known and famous. He's famous and well known for that specific incident. If people recognize that it's him, and they're consistent with the like story that they know about those things, it does a lot for keeping the lore of the story very consistent. And you're like, okay, yeah, when people see Hajin Sung, they notice him because he should be a recognizable figure. So in this sense, with Dragon having all these connections with Robin and like with Luffy to Clover and whatnot, it would just go a long way to know that okay. And I'll say this: it's possible we get that after the fact, but it won't move me to that degree if we get it later. I do think he has a problem with. I would say I'll keep this one personal. I think sometimes Oda holds back things, and I can't pinpoint what the actual reasoning is behind it, except that he just doesn't want us to know this. You know how I always say that a lot of 13 to 12 episode anime to me sometimes just withhold what's happening, and then machine gun fire everything in the last two episodes. It's kind of comes across to me like that. I'm not particularly as upset as everyone else is, but I do think it's a I don't think it's crazy to question.
Also, I can give you multiple things about they could have talked about. He could have asked her if there was any oral history that she knows that wasn't written down specifically. He could have asked her if there was any information that he could offer up that he learned. He could maybe ask if she wanted to join, or maybe anything about his son and if there was potentially anything that he could do to help. Because we assume Dragon, we know Dragon probably has some weird offhand ways of caring, but seeing some indirect caring or talking about his son through Robin would have been nice. Or if Robin would have even asked him if there's something that, if she could have asked him for something to help Luffy as well. There's a multitude, or even, again, training hockey from him. But even that could have been done by Sabo. But I'm saying there are plenty of things that they could have talked about that would have been just interesting to see as character interactions go, and just as actual plot points go. There's plenty.
That's what we think. There's something else I want to ask you about. How do you feel about Clover actually being like one of the world's most famous archaeologists?
I don't really feel any particular way about it. Yeah, he's an old man by the time that we first meet him, so it
Actually,
makes sense to want to fill in the blanks of his life up until that point.
my only question for you
Kind
with
of.
this part, I guess, is did it come across to you that, and again, this I don't think this is inconsistent, but did it come across to you that O'Hara was doing all of this research in absolute secrecy?
What do you mean?
Like what they were doing trying to find the fourth century on the island of O'Hara, they were doing it in secret, and then the world government found out and came. Because here it says he's been arrested on 10 occasions, and if he became the world's most famous archaeologist, wouldn't you keep an eye on what this individual was doing if you let him out after the fact that he's trying to find out things in the void century? I would argue that some people are going to have an issue with the fact that they didn't just like lock him up or be like, bro, this guy can't keep going out there and like galvanizing more people to like whatever. You could argue that as soon as they found out, they came and they raised the island. I mean, you could still make that case, but just what are your thoughts?
I mean, as you already said it. That was kind of my viewpoint. I feel like they probably thought, oh, he's just a little troublemaker. He's not doing nothing. And then when they noticed, like all the archaeologists just kept going to this one spot, and then they had Nico Olivia. They probably caught her, and then they probably figured out that she could read the poneglyphs, and then it was like, oh hell nah, they've gone a little too far. That's probably isn't that why she escaped in the first place? To warn them.
They were coming. I think you're right, actually.
Yeah. That's why she escaped.
That's why, yeah.
They probably found out that she could read poneglyphs. They probably didn't think that they
dangerous.
could.
Mm-hmm.
So once they found that out,
Just that they
that's
have the
what, like,
books. Okay, fair enough. What do you think? What do you think about the dragon interaction with him though? Some people said that his motivation being O'Hara being wiped out's not moving them, but I don't think that's a fair assessment of what's happening. I think this was the final nail in the coffin because
yeah, I don't think it's the main driving
yeah, yeah,
force.
yeah.
It's just
It was just the nail in the coffin because he's probably like I think you said this, Miles. He's already seen a lot of atrocities and things like that. He already knows just like the world's unfair because you guys little grassroots freedom fighters, all right, get the
Yeah.
grassroots, right? But I would argue that it's one of those things where it's like, okay, enough is enough. Like these guys aren't even combatants, right? Like they're just reading. They did nothing wrong, and you guys wiped them out and had all this propaganda about them. Yeah, enough is enough at this point. That's kind of how I took it, because because with if Clover got caught this many times, I don't think he's actually a strong combatant. I only bring that up to contrast with Nolan the Liar. You saw him like killing Sea Kings and stuff, so they made it
Rogo.
made it a note to show that he was at least a competent combatant, at least in that area of the story or that part of the story. So
Competent. He's more than competent. Don't do that. Don't do that to my king.
I didn't.
Real
You stand
adventurer.
you stand the colonizer.
Don't do that. Don't do
Ah,
that.
look at him.
Don't
Nah,
do
knock it, knock
that.
it, knock it, knock it, knock it, knock
That's
it. He
crazy.
colonizing, he telling them, fuck your tradition, fuck your spirits. That's not real. Here's medicine. Be civilized. Colonizer, bro. No, I'm kidding. I like
Are you
Nolan.
saying Calgara's Pocahontas?
There you go. Oh, he's the strongest one. I would 9 on this one. Order the sides. Nah, to give Robin Revolution fast track interaction, all that shit, it'll feel insincere on Oda's part. I hear you on that. I will still wait for execution 100%, but it probably wouldn't move it to that degree. But again, I'm not upset with chapter. I'm still 7 out of 10, personally speaking.
I
But
think it's
again,
the worst chapter of this arc, but I still think this arc overall has been pretty good, pretty positive.
I'm at a 9, and I had fun.
I like
I'm
Robin.
happy for you.
I
I actually am.
Robin
That's not
stuff.
even me trolling.
And I laughed a couple times because Luffy's very unserious about Robonosuke. Come on, dog. He's so unserious.
He spent so much time with Wano. That's how he talking now.
And I do like that Robin is still not necessarily completely over the trauma that what happened there. She's still very, very emotionally connected to what happened to that island. I like that.
Yeah. I still wish these designs were better for these fucking outfits.
I hate them all except Frankie's and Chopper's. Like Frankie is a freak. He always looks like that, so it's fine, right? Chopper, I actually don't think looks bad. Everyone else looks ridiculous, especially Sanji. I don't know why they do that.
And I think Luffy's like coat's fine. It's just the lower part. It's just like,
the future technology gimmicks not moving me on them.
The spacesuit's not moving, y'all.
No, it's not.
I think parts of it are good, but I feel like it's just when you get the whole ensemble of the fit, it's just like this shit's just. Ugh.
They kind of remind me of. Is it what am I thinking of? I think is it Fire Emblem Awakening when they have weird legs? I think it might be. I only think of the legs are like reminding me of that. We should have seen in this flashback. We see all the reasons he hated the government and showing relationship with Clover, so it could actually hit when he had enough.
Well, we don't know every reason, to be fair, because we still don't know his actual turning point as to when he created the Freedom Fighters, to say. Because it seems like it's kind of new. I thought he honestly would have started this shit like even earlier. Maybe I'm tripping.
You think 33 was late? You thought he started earlier?
Yeah, I thought he probably would have started like his mid-20s or something, honestly.
Did you half expect to see that he was a Marine or something, or no? I thought
Low-key, I still think he's part of the. I still think he was like a CP0 agent or some shit.
That's what I was gonna. That's what I usually go with. Like if anything, I think he might have been a Cypher Pole agent. Personally speaking, I don't know if I think he was actually a legitimate Marine, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Because they're anonymous anyway, so it'd be easier to cover up, and it would still keep the government of how we got like specific information beforehand.
Yeah, there's a big chunk of his life that's still missing because he's 33 at the point of this.
How old was he when Roger died?
When Roger died?
Yeah, how old was he?
Roger would have died 2 years after this, right? What do you have?
No,
was before.
No, this is 22. Wait, 22 years ago.
Yes. Wait, Roger died how many years ago?
20, right? Am I tripping? Maybe I'm tripping. I don't remember that.
Was he 35? Why does he look so young in that flashback then when he sees Roger die? Because he looks so young in that.
I think it would be right around this time period, actually.
Someone said 24. I don't know if that's right. I can't math. You guys
No,
might be horrible at math. I don't know.
I think it's 22. Wait, Ace was 20 at the start of One Piece, right?
Is he 3 years older than Luffy?
He's 2. No,
So he would've been
3. Yes.
So yeah, he would have been 20. Yeah.
So, and he was in the womb for an extra year.
Yes.
Shout out to Rouge.
But then this is where it gets weird. When he was in that womb for that extra year, does that count as 1 year, or is it 1 year since he came out the womb?
No, we not about to get to this viability talk, bro. We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
I would say out the
life
womb.
begins at. We're not doing that. We're not doing it.
Hell, you know how in fantasy stories, the longer like you give birth, the stronger the creature is. That might be him. It took like 3 extra months to gestate the Pirate King power or something. But anyway, it would still be around this time, as you said.
Yeah,
maybe
it would be around this time.
But didn't Dragon look really young at the Roger execution, or am I just misremembering his face?
He looked. If he
looked about the same to me.
Yeah.
Did he?
One thing I've noticed, he doesn't have the tattoo yet on his face. I can't remember if he had the tattoo on his face when he met Sabo in the Goa Kingdom.
I think he did.
I think he did, because that's quite a bit later. It's like 6-7 years later.
Yeah.
Time is so annoying in One Piece because we don't have actual fucking years. It's just like, oh, this was 15 years ago. If this was 15 years ago, then we have to go -8 or +8 years. Like, dude, give us some years.
Yeah, a year would be great for a timestamp.
No.
They have to go basically based off people's ages.
Yeah.
Because Luffy was 10, right, when he was with him.
So.
Was he 10 or 12?
When he was with who?
Sabo and.
No, he was 7.
He was younger.
He was 7. They were
10.
Yeah,
Ace and Sabo were 10.
Because in 2 years, when he's 35. No, I'm sorry. He has Luffy at 36. So, if Luffy was 7, he was 43. So he was 43. Yeah, that's 10 years from now. So yeah, I think that makes sense that he would have the tattoos.
When he saved Sabo, I see the tattoo. It's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Sabo thing is 10 years from him being at Ohara.
So in those 10 years, that's when he got tatted up.
Yes. Well, 9 because we know that.
So he was alive 53 years before the start of the story. Okay. 24 years ago, he witnessed Roger's death. So you are right, KG. It was 24 years. You're right.
Ooh, man.
And you're right. He'd have been 36 when he had Luffy. I'm sorry, guys. I do not math. That's not my.
He is old. Dragon is actually.
He's 55.
Old.
Yeah.
And Garp is 70.
Do you have thoughts on how the Law versus Blackbeard fight will conclude? I think Aokiji will step in and broker a peace between them. I don't think it's gonna go to the wire to the conclusion, but I would like, and I think it would be dope if at the very least Blackbeard maybe gets the poneglyph rubbing. That's kind of what I want to see happen at the very least. Like, I don't want to escape.
He don't deserve shit.
I don't want him to just escape scot-free like that, but I can see that's totally possible. I think all the outfits are based on some futuristic movie or something like that. I don't know the kid check. Oh, you think it's Young? You think it's like a direct reference to a movie, not just like a general homage to like sci-fi futuristic stuff? I mean, maybe you know better than
I need the reverse to happen. I need Law to get a lick off Blackbeard, take something from him.
Actually, would be interesting, all things considered.
I took sorry.
Then we get this conversation of, oh my god, Oda made Blackbeard look so weak. Fucking worst villain ever. Fucking.
I never said
That
that.
shit gonna be funny. No, I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about that shit gonna come though. We
I'm
get that.
happy Saul's alive. Not gonna lie.
Nah, I need
Sorry.
it.
Before I forget, I never thought Saul was dead, and the reason why I never thought Saul was dead was for like there's like a couple of reasons. One is that when Luffy was fully frozen by Kuzan, he got defrosted and he was alive. So being frozen doesn't necessarily mean you die immediately. And I do recall he did it to Dofi, I think, and somehow he got out, if I remember correctly, right? So
Dofi just shook that shit off.
yeah, right.
Hockey
When he
probably.
did it with Saul, right? Saul's a good dude. And I'd argue out of the first three admirals that we saw, Kuzan was the one that seemed to have the most normal, like morality or ethical code, whatever you want to call it. His ethical compass was normal. He was on vacation. He wasn't. He just, he helped the old man on stills and them get off. Blah blah blah. Yada yada. And he didn't kill Luffy because he owed Dragon like a favor or one thing. I would truly argue that based on what I've seen, it's probably out of his character to just straight up murder somebody like Saul, like in cold blood like that. I thought he did it to protect them the whole time and Robin. I really mean that. I like I didn't know that he would come back in the way that he did with the connection to Elbaf, which I'd argue is a little forced, but I never thought he was dead. So him being alive didn't shock me the way that it shocked some people. I always thought he was alive, and I would argue if he's like if this is the only flashback character we ever see as like actually like dead or like alive. I think we can just call it the one outlier and it's fine. If everyone else starts being alive, like for real, like someone said Kuina's alive, well, obviously she's not, but like that would be crazy.
I don't know, man. Stairs do seem a little sus.
They had a
Of this
funeral
fake body.
Mm-hmm.
for
Did
what?
you see the?
You're the
Did you
math
see the? Did
merchant.
you see?
Thank you. We need you, KG.
Did you see the body in the casket?
Why would we need to have a fake funeral for a little girl?
So she's really
Because
Shigi. Oh.
because what was her father's name? What's the master's name?
Kyo something? I don't remember his name. I think it's Kyo something.
He was gonna bring in another kid and be like, oh, this is my nephew from another thing, and she's gonna pretend to be a boy, and then she could actually be the world's strongest swordsman.
If Law
The
uses his
logic.
fruit to switch hearts with Shirahoshi, personality surgery, would Law become Poseidon? I don't think so. I think
What?
Yeah, I think,
I
yeah.
think, hold on. I think that something like that, in a weird way, I would argue is more of a ethereal, intangible concept and thing. It's not necessarily literally in the body like that. I don't think that Shirahoshi would be able to do what she has to do through Law's body, but I don't think Law would have the ability to communicate in Shirahoshi's body. That's just my personal belief. It's not substantiated on anything, but like I think that's more of a symbolic thing where it's like she
That's
is the chosen
exactly how that works.
she is the chosen one to be Poseidon, personally speaking.
Need the soul and the name.
Because she's the God Sword's reincarnation. I'm tired of y'all. I'm surprised the books were still legible after being thrown in the lake. I guess that's a fair point. Remember, Dolphy said he wanted the OP to use the personality switching. No, I think you have that a little bit wrong. Wasn't it called the ageless surgery?
Yeah,
That it can grant someone eternal life at the cost of
another.
Yeah.
I don't believe it was a personality switch. It wasn't the ultimate ageless surgery or something like that. But let me check.
What?
It's called one of the ultimate devil fruits because of its unique power to grant another person eternal youth in exchange for the user's own life. It's not a personality thing.
Give that man the stone mask.
He wanted the fruit for multiple reasons. Yes, it's a very powerful fruit. All things considered. So there's something. There was one more thing I wanted to mention. And see if I can find it. We're not looking at it. So Vegapunk, yeah, again, obviously, you think Vegapunk's gonna die though, for real? I actually wouldn't be shocked.
Don't you kill all 7 bodies though?
I'm not a fan of introducing characters and then killing them right away, and I don't think Oda does that. So I don't think he's going to die.
I mean, he doesn't kill people.
Excuse me. I'm gonna ignore that, but I don't think he's gonna die. I think I'm actually a little curious to see how the conflict is going to resolve itself when Luffy runs into Lucci again. Because Lucci cannot hang with that man now. Luffy will
And if
Yeah,
slap
Oda
him the
I'm
even
fuck up.
sorry.
and if Oda tries it, I'm gonna be very upset.
What they honestly need to do is I don't know, like I don't know, find some fusion thing. They need to fuse Smoker and Lucci together. I create like a super soldier. He's a Logia and he's a Zoan and he got all the techniques and that would maybe not get him one shot.
Shout out to Clover though. He was out here making moves.
What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. I think maybe this was what I was taking. This kind of goes to I think it was Young's comment earlier about the punk. I mean, I guess Shaka and punk is Daft Punk, which is I guess a fun pun thing that he did that with that. But I took Vegapunk, him using punk is just like a thing for like the speculative fiction, like the punk genre thing. And like I think this was just Oda's attempt of like creating his own genre of punk. That's kind of how I took it. He's using Vegapunk to do that.
Interesting.
Smoker Lucy Fusion getting knocked out by Luffy's cock. Hey, what you gotta do that? See, that's
Ew,
nice. We're leaving that.
such a nasty word.
Hey man, Conquerors coding, whatever. Color of Conquerors. Is that what it is actually? I will say this personally. I don't remember if Enies lobbies got super duper blown off the map, but I thought when the Buster Call came, I thought they truly did like erase and sink the island, like you couldn't even really find it on the map. But maybe that's really what the device that Emu used to get rid of Lucia can really do. Maybe end of the day with just cannons and I guess with cannons, I guess you can't really do that.
It's so weird that I understand like the importance of Buster Calls, but even when that first happened, I was like, y'all really about to destroy this important ass government facility? I
It's
was
just
like,
so
I guess I
funny too,
gotta respect the hustle.
because like you use it and like this is the no questions asked, like blow it up. Like bro, what? I have questions. Do I
So
need this island? What's on there? Are there resources
wait,
that I'm using?
so pure theory, okay? So then, if I would assume no, okay, but if they did call a Buster Call on Mary Joa, would they actually destroy it?
No, because it's a holy land.
Yeah. But the only way I could see it if there's like some weird consensus Buster Call rally from all the Celestial Dragons. Otherwise, I don't think so.
What
Yeah,
about
because
Marineford?
that's where Emu lives. Marineford, they don't give a fuck about. They'll Buster Call that shit the fuck up.
You think they'd Buster Call themselves?
Yes.
Well, they would have to, but like they would actually do the act on themselves. Interesting.
They
Okay,
would
so
they would they would tell them to evacuate.
Some
So Mary
of
Jo's the
those guys
only
just
off
follow
limits.
orders. I always remember there's certain people they don't get paid. They'll basically say I don't get paid enough to ask questions. I just follow orders, dog. Always remember that. They're like all this thinking if this is right or wrong above my pay grade. Fire. Okay. Always remember there's niggas like that. I feel like Cypher Pole's only dub is Tom. That's funny. I do.
That's crazy.
I wonder if the Cypher Pole coming
And
here
Sunny,
maybe
not Sunny.
could tie back into Dragon. Maybe if he is a Cypher agent. I wonder if there could be some interesting.
They got the ship too.
He found Lucci as a child. I'm kidding. I don't. Oh man, this chapter again. I stand by what I said. It's fine.
I will say this. I think the big-headed design of Vegapunk is the ugliest design in One Piece.
No,
I think it's worse than
Weevil. I thought that's something.
I think it's worse than Weevil. I think his older version is fine, but the big head, I think he looks uglier than Weevil.
Miles, you are such a hater. That shit is crazy.
He looks ugly.
No,
he looks cool. Head?
He looks cool as fuck.
He looks cool, Pat. He looks cool. If you saw this man walking down the street, you'd be like, "Dang, bro."
Nah, in real life, he'd be ugly as shit. But this is One Piece, and for One Piece, he looks cool.
Do you think Weevil looks cool?
Fuck no, he's hideous.
Okay. So we can admit there's people in One Piece that don't look good. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad we set the barometer. This
I,
man
I,
is
wa-
hideous.
I honestly don't think Dr. Bingham. I think it's funny. It's not bothering me though. Honestly, it's not bothering me though.
Again,
He
as
got
I
the
said,
chrome.
normal head,
He got the big brain neuron
normal head is
galaxy
cool.
brain activation. I understand. It can't even contain that in his cranium, bro. Come on.
Normal head, cool. Big head, trash.
Nah, I hear
It's
you.
unique.
I hear you, but I like it. That's not bothering me. I'm with Pat. And I'm with
You-
Pat with the stance when it comes to One Piece character. I just think Weevil like is actually legitimately hideous in my opinion. Plus he's retarded, so like I just don't like him.
Yeah,
I heard.
all the hideous designs are on Blackbeard's crew. You should be
Did
saving
you?
this smoke for Devon. She's fucking hideous.
Whoa,
Katarina
bro.
Devon. Somebody want to
She
smash.
is
Relax.
ugly.
Somebody
I
want to
can't
smash.
stand looking at her. She has that
Pat.
nasty ass snaggle tooth, and she's always fucking
Damn.
smiling. So I always have to see it.
New
And her
voodoo?
nose is crooked in like 3 different ways.
She can't smile?
She's
Nah,
ugly. She need to keep that smile to herself.
she need to use that transformation and just turn into a bad bitch and never untransform ever again in her life.
Did you guys hear the theory that Weevil was a failed Sephiroth?
Yes.
No, I didn't hear that. I don't listen
Yes,
to
I
One Piece
heard.
theories. I don't talk.
What do you think?
Vegapunk wouldn't fail that badly.
It's not moving me.
Maybe Whitebeard was actually just ugly in his youth. Wait, no, he wasn't. We saw him when he was young.
See,
Nah, we
saying
saw
the
him. He
big
was
head is
handsome.
unsettling. That makes sense to me. I'm cool with that. I just thought that could be off-putting. It's unnerving a little.
Bro, his forehead is unironically 4 times larger than his body. That's insane.
It's a 5 head. Get it right.
That is a 75 head. The fuck?
CP0 got SSG Kuma. We say how much trouble these Seraphim. We saw how much they gave Black. Did they? I don't even. I still think that scene is weird. I don't know what to make of it, but you could. I guess you have a point because isn't the Jinbei one there too? So maybe they can do a little some. I mean, putting a bag on their head and going in, it still hit. You guys are crazy, Pat. It's unique.
That's absolutely disgusting. Well,
It's
she can
unique,
change her
uniquely
face. So.
trash. Yeah, listen, man.
You act like she can't change herself because she's not a mythical fox. Come on, yeah.
Listen, buddy.
I just hate ugly people. You hate to see it.
Yes. What's wrong with that?
Devon is hideous. As is Vasco Shot. He is also hideous.
Yeah, he's hideous.
Yeah, Blackbeard's not. He's with some ugly boys. He's with some accurate looking pirates. That's for sure. They got scurvy and all.
Yeah, scurvy. Damn it. I just want I kind of want to get a bit more of this dragon stuff now that we're here. But I wonder if I feel like we're gonna cut away. We're not gonna see it for a while. I don't know, but I think dragon is one of the characters Oda absolutely can't fumble on.
He can't.
I don't
How
think
is he doing so far for you?
I don't think One Piece fans will forgive him. I really don't have any issues with Dragon. I'm not a Dragon. Oh my god, he's needed. He's the best. I have no idea. I just gotta see it. I gotta see what I get, and I'll judge as I see it. It's literally how it is. It's not like Mihawk. Like I don't like Mihawk because Mihawk fans they annoy me. So fuck that nigga. But I think Dragon has a lot of intrigue, and I think that he can be an interesting connecting piece to like from Luffy to Garp or Garp or him to Luffy, blah blah blah, yada yada. And I want to know how him and Garp possibly fell out. I saw someone say they think they're not related. I actually would not like that. I hope they're related. I hope that like Garp's
Garp and
actual
Dragon?
son is. I hope Garp's actual son is Dragon. I'm not really.
I
worried
agree.
that
I was
he
the one that
found
told you
him.
that.
Oh yeah,
I said it's a possibility.
I don't like that. I really don't.
Ew.
Why not?
Hmm?
Why not?
I think the dynamic is more interesting that way.
It's
Because he seems like so different from his son and father. Like what went wrong?
there's that, but like to me, their lineage seems to always be a very important factor. And the fact that like Akainu was like, "Yo, this guy's dragon son, like he cannot go," and things of that nature. And like, I don't like the idea that it's like actually like just like Dragon and Luffy and like Garp keeps finding kids. Like I don't know, it's not bothering me. I don't know, it's not moving me. I can't pinpoint an actual in story reason because in a weird way, it would actually lessen the potency of Luffy's overall lineage, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. But he's already got nigga god fruit, so like I don't even know if I care at that point.
Yeah.
You still
Also,
mad about that?
Yes,
Also,
actually,
yeah, it's horrible.
quite upset about it.
Horrible.
I'm not upset. I
Wait.
just don't think it's like again. Remember I always tell you that a lot of the things that made One Piece particularly special to me, especially amongst the big three, it loses more of that the more they lean into this kind of thing. That's really it is. It's a personal petty thing. I've never not denied that. Where it's like I can't look at Naruto and Bleach fans the same and say some of the stuff that I'm saying. I'm like, damn it, I don't got that. I don't have that on them anymore, and now I'm sad about it because I don't like them. Yeah.
See, I didn't put it on a pedestal like y'all,
Oh, I did.
so it doesn't hurt as much.
I did. 100%
Okay.
I did.
Now hold on. I also put Bleach on a pedestal. Not maybe
But
not
it
as high
deserves
as
it though.
One Piece, but
It deserves it though.
of course it does.
Yeah.
Maybe not as high as One Piece, but you know, Bleach will always be a special series to me. Now that other series, on the other hand, it can go straight to hell.
Pizarro
here we
don't look
go.
that bad. Pizarro. Oh, yeah, the corrupt king. Yeah, okay.
I thought he said Bizarro. I said,
No.
excuse me?
Predictions on what devil fruit power SSG Kuma will have. Jinbei with the swim fruit was genius. I actually agree with that. That was really good.
I
Because
said he should just have his own fruit.
he was able to use like Fishman karate through like the swimming thing. That was really interesting. Or like the water stuff. I mean, like it's or you just think he just have his own ability? I mean,
He should. Like, why would you if you already have a guy with one of the strongest devil fruits ability you can clone him, why would you just not give him the same devil fruit ability?
I guess that's fair.
But
Urususushoku.
Yeah, like this shit obviously works. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like,
it's kind
Y'all
of
know
funny
about
how
the theory
Vegapunk
that
gives
their
these
family
guys
isn't monkey but moonkey? Please stop.
Moon
hey,
Key.
y'all gotta.
To this day, I dislike Gear 5 and TGR. Whole mystical
TGR.
thing.
I think it's
TGR.
wait. I think he meant to say the and
Oh,
just
the whole.
typoed
Okay.
badly. I think Gear
I
5
I
is
don't
actual
dislike Gear
ability is
5.
cool.
I don't have a
I
problem
think
with
the
Gear
ability's
5.
cool.
Yeah, I like that. I like Gear 5's design and ability. I still like Snake Man's design a bit more, but I like Gear 5's. I
Yeah,
just
Snake
don't
Man
know.
is my favorite look, but I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Gear 5.
It's raw.
You,
I
you
like
thought
all of his designs. I just think Gear 5 is dumb the way it came out. I think it's one of the stupidest things of all time. I think it's horrible, but I like Gear 5's ability.
Oh,
just
brother, get a load of this guy.
I personally
Here we go.
can't foresee somebody making a good case to me that this wasn't a retcon. That's really my problem. Like I don't think that from the moment he made the gum fruit he had this in mind. I think this is something that he thought about along the way for some reason, for whatever reason.
Mhm.
That's kind of where I'm at. I detest when Gear
Whoa.
5 represents like what it represents, but I actually like the design. What does it represent to you?
You know, he a caged bird. Hate to see it.
No, he's not. When he's totally free? Come on now. That's what he looks like when
I
he's
think
totally
he's had
free.
this in his head since Skypiea.
My name is Luffy. I
What's the
get
reason
my
for that?
ass beaten, turned to
The
God.
mural?
Yeah.
Huh?
Is it the mural? Why Skypiea?
Because the silhouettes when they were partying, it
In the
looks just
sky?
like the silhouette of the no. When they were partying the night before they went on the whole excavation with the battle of Enru and shit. Luffy's silhouette looks just like the sun god silhouette.
Yeah, in the clouds, right?
No. When they were partying by the bonfire and he was blacked out,
No.
he looks just like Nika.
Niga. All right, while you're here, Pat.
Man, no.
I'm listening.
No, I want to make sure my first sentence doesn't come across as like as it comes across properly. For anybody who holds the film in high regard and had a good time, I understand. There's a lot of things about that movie that I like, and I don't necessarily think from top to bottom Film Red is an atrocious film. It personally did not resonate with me because I'm not a Shanks guy. I quite
Okay.
literally cannot stand Uta. I can't stand her. I think it's a visual masterpiece. I think it's a nice, like, to me, it's a style over substance movie. I liked what they played. I like when Toei and animators play around with the animation style. I think it was a visual treat to see. I was very entertained by it. Despite this bitch annoying me with all her songs, I like the songs, and the OST for that movie is good. But as I would argue that it was compounded by the fact that I'm a little combat starved when it comes to this series, because I don't think Wano delivered on that, and for me at least, I don't hate the fight with Law and Big Mom and like Kaido and Luffy, but I really was like, I kind of, for this movie, I low key want a Broly. Just wanted to fight for 40 minutes, and I didn't get, and I didn't fight a lot. And after that, we got to me, with the exception of some really cool symbolic scenes and whatnot. I don't think it was nearly as good as some other movies. I still don't think they'll ever top Film Z to me. But I'll also say that I appreciated that they messed around with the formula. I think that this One Piece movie is very different from any other One Piece movie, or even like general story structure, to the point that I think it spends about 20 minutes being uncomfortable and knowing that it's doing something different, kind of being a quasi musical. But that being said, yeah, that's kind of like my general like consensus on it.
Okay.
I needed some fights.
So were you gonna ask me something, or you just wanted to tell me that?
I want to tell you that I don't know what you think about the movie. I never talked about the movie at all.
Oh, okay.
Like, to me, it's like
All right.
6th best movie, maybe 7th. I don't know. I'll think about it, but it's not in my top 5.
I didn't tell you my rating for the movie.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I don't recall speaking to you about it.
Oh.
I spoke to Alan. No, I didn't actually. He saw it after. Never mind. Jesus Christ, I'm old. I don't know what's going on in my life. I'm just senile. I'm like Joe. True shower the pressure. Come on, man. My main problem with the movie is that it felt like a promotion for the singer for voicing Uta more than a real movie. I haven't seen Film Red, and I don't think I'll see it anytime soon. Shout out Big Mama, though. I wouldn't have seen, if Laz didn't get those tickets, I would have waited to download it, honestly. But yeah. What are your thoughts, though?
I gave Film Red a 7.5 out of 10.
Oh, that's
Whoa, wait.
That's actually
we
like
document
half.
this?
That's about what I gave it. Okay.
Can we document this?
He's
This is
Miles,
momentous.
He's not as unreasonable as you guys are making it about.
What
to
what
be.
what do you think of me? Yes,
Inner hollow coming out. I like to see it.
my inner hollow. Look, don't get it twisted. For me, I'd be playing One Piece Treasure Cruise, the little gacha game. So
Okay,
I had
man.
already heard all the songs because they had a little special promotion when the movie came out in Japan. I played the Japanese version of the game. Well, actually, they merged both the servers, so I think the global version got it too. But when you loaded up the game for like 6 consecutive weeks, every single week a different song from the movie played. So I had already heard all the songs.
Is that many?
It's a lot of songs. But
Miles, I'm gonna show. No, you keep talking, but I'm gonna show you some of the memes people keep telling me because you're like, this was literally you in the movie every time another song.
So she dropped an actual just album
I don't know. I have no idea.
or EP, I should say, I guess.
yeah, it's more like EP. But yeah, I enjoyed the way the movie looked. I thought it was a visual masterpiece. Like, it was one of those movies where I didn't feel like there was a single moment where like, oh, this doesn't look as good as what I was looking at a couple minutes ago. Like, the quality was consistently high. I didn't really care too much for the story. And
agree.
I'm actually annoyed at that clip that I saw of those niggas in that one theater internationally just wilding, because I was like, there was nothing in this movie that could have made you do that.
On
on top of that,
I agree with that. There's some people in my theater. I'm like, why are you guys so extra? Just watch the fucking film normally.
and also, when I went to go see the movie, I went with some friends. You remember the guy that fuck. Am I still here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I thought I cut out. But I went.
All about to go crazy with these fight scenes, bruh. This is the One Piece movie, right?
So I kind of wanted them to was like,
Mm.
but the movie was still good. I wish Shanks could have done a little bit more,
I actually
but
gave them credit for that because I think he's in the movie. Like he's in the movie. Like I thought I was for sure like, bro, this nigga's not about to be in the movie, bro. Like I'm like, you know what? All this considered, you got some runtime. As well done.
Yo, I think they're gonna start fighting now. Oh my gosh, not another fucking song!
I wanted him to fucking scrap with these niggas.
Yo, I think they're gonna start fighting
He just came
now. Oh my gosh, not
ignored Luffy like he always does. And
Shit.
and then he like collaborated with a final attack. I was actually very surprised that they put Gear 5 in there. I was like,
So
yo.
was I. Like, what if you're an anime only? Fuck.
But
Wait,
then
Gear
again,
5's in the movie?
Yeah.
yes.
What the fuck?
It's not in the movie like the way you're thinking, but you'll see it. You'll see it.
Yeah, you could see it.
You'll see it.
But
Have they
like
ever done it that fast before? Like transformation?
not like it was kind of hidden by the animation style.
That's so.
And
Why'd you
then,
like Uta? By the way, just give me your perspective because I'm not. Aside from ooh kawaii K-pop J-pop girl, I don't get it. Which is
Is it?
annoying.
why did
This
I
might be
like
really bad.
Uta?
This might.
No. Mental like so
Wait.
that's one of his reasoning.
This might be a really bad comparison, but is it kind of like in Dragon Ball Z when Goku went full Super Saiyan against Lord Slug kind of thing?
No. It's
It's quite
was like-
literally in the movie. Like he goes gear fifth for like an attack, but it's like a momentary thing. It's I would actually more so related to, I believe it's the 7th movie when he catches that really big thing coming down and his legs do the little like pump for gear second, and then he actually steams and turns pink and like launches it out of the stratosphere for a sec. Like for some reason he somehow went gear 4 when he did like the final attack or something against Tot Musica. So I was like, oh shit. That's when that's when I was like, oh! I'm like, bro, shut up, man. Shut the fuck up. I literally told him to shut up. Shut up. Like fuck. Oh my god.
shut up, my nigga. Shut up.
Urusai! Yakamashi! Konohama!
Is Yuta canon?
Yes, she is
Yes.
now. Now she is, yes.
I was a little peeved about that because there's just no
Wait.
need.
There's no way. So her thing with Luffy in the past, that shit's canon now.
I don't
I
know.
guess so.
I didn't get confirmation necessarily yes or no that any of the events in the film are canon. Maybe I'm right or wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Just that she is canon. It's the same way with it's like Shiki.
Gotcha.
Shiki and like the events of Strong World did not happen, but the character, the Golden Lion Shiki, is a real One Piece character. That's how I took it, but I could be wrong. Maybe this flashback with Luffy.
Shouldn't Shiki be around doing shit now? By now in the story?
I don't know, but here's the issue. If any of that's canon, she has that busted ass devil fruit, and I think that devil fruit is fucking nonsense.
What's her devil fruit?
You hear her sing and you get sucked in some imaginary fake ass world where she takes your goddamn soul and she do whatever the fuck she wants in there. It's absolute nonsense. It's the most ridiculous devil fruit I've ever seen.
She's basically Jigglypuff.
This bitch got genjutsus? She's the what's Tamako? What's the one chick from the Sound Ninja 4?
You think I know their names? That's crazy. I know Kimimaru
Tsuyuya.
Bone Nigga. That's it. The
She's
fuck wrong with
Tsuyuya.
him? You think I
Tsuyuya,
ever knew
thank
their
you.
names? I never
Thank
knew
you,
their
Pat.
names. Not
Thank
at
you,
one
Pat.
point in my life did I know their names.
We got someone who thinks he's so much better than everybody. Okay.
I do.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Pat.
How about it? I like the dynamic she had with Luffy. It felt like an older sister. Really? I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Can she fall down some stairs too?
Did you watch the filler episodes, Naya?
I asked so many people if there were leading episodes. I asked so many people. They told me no.
Why didn't you ask me?
You're right. I'm sorry.
Ah,
What episode is it? Just I'll download it now. Do you know what number it is? I didn't. I did it for Film Z. Was it Film Z I'm thinking of for Film Gold and all the other ones? Whatever Cider was. I think it was Cider. There was one with like a girl who could like shrink and grow, which like a giant. Like I watched these before I watched the film. I asked the chat. I asked so many people, they're like, no, just watch the movie. I swear to God, I asked.
You see, this is why you shouldn't ask your chat. They don't like One Piece for real. They're here for you.
I appreciate that. Come on, Mom, to get you.
Wait.
But yeah, I'll find the episode, I guess.
Wait,
looking for it right now.
So Shanks wasn't fighting then?
He was, but like
No,
It was very
no-
subdued. Like he obviously didn't want to showcase everything he can do, type of thing.
yeah, it wasn't no Kizaru versus Z type shit. It was like
Nah, Z was scrapping. That's my guy.
I still think he's one of Oda's great best characters. I don't care what Noah
Yes.
tells me. That nigga is cold, bruh.
all right.
See
So
what
it's
Noah?
3 episodes.
Wait.
Smash
So
so
Yuta is canon, and Z isn't canon. See, this is the type of shit, Pat. This is the type of shit that's.
I agree. I agree with you. I don't understand why Uta is canon. Like, there's just no need.
Why is this nigga Z not canon? What the fuck, bro? Make this man Zephyr canon.
Black Arm Zephyr?
Yes, make him canon.
Z
Why is he
isn't
not
canon? No, he's not.
He needs to be
I think
canon.
my last time I checked, he wasn't. I don't know if anything changed because I actually admit that these days, a lot of the ancillary One Piece information, I kind of get it. I kind of absorb it passively. I don't necessarily check. There's always be a day and a moment where I'll just go do it myself. That's how I am. But I haven't really done it in a while. Because even like with the SBS, I didn't go read it myself because I usually just check it out myself. I don't really care about people's interpretation of it. I just want to kind of go read it. So
It's actually funny in hindsight how Luffy was whipping some of these movie villains' asses at that point in time.
I always laugh because I always, in a weird way, I'm always like, if you had the transformation you had now 1 movie ago, I would take that W in better stride. Usually, what happens all the
Yeah.
times. Where it's like, if you had Gear Forth against him, I would have taken that a lot better. But it is what it is, though. It's not a big deal.
Like, bro,
the movies
you
are
fought
for
Shiki
fun.
with Gear 3. Like, he beat Shiki with the L-Thor.
I think with Shiki, at least you can make the argument that his fangs dulled because he didn't do anything for like 22 years, and now he doesn't fight with swords. His swords are his legs. You could possibly make that case. I'm not agreeing that he should have won. I guess pre-time skip like that. I don't really care as a movie. It's not a big deal. Z, if he's admiral and he trained the other admirals and all shit, like he is a monster, bro. Like he's a fucking monster. So yeah. I'm pretty sure Z isn't canon because he would have take part of Garb's World if he was. If he was canon, he probably would have.
I don't think so.
He would have had a name drop. The one thing about all the characters that are like from other sources is they do get name dropped at least in the movie. Because with Shiki, they say he's the only and first person at the time to escape from Impel Down. Plus, there's One Piece Chapter 0. The validity of that chapter is actually debated a lot. I'm not entirely sure why. I consider it a real chapter. I consider the part that it leads into the movie to be like a different thing. But you can. I'm not mad if you don't really take episode 0 seriously. And then with Uta, there's a page that we have apparently where like he shades something, and that's when Shanks finds Uta in the treasure chest like he does in the movie, and apparently that's how Roger found him or something like that. So that's why it's canon.
Yeah.
So yeah, Z's never been mentioned.
Exactly.
He's never been mentioned in the story at all.
Also, I don't think he would take Garb's World. I think their purposes are completely different.
The Marines.
I agree.
There's different rank structures and subdivisions.
Z was like the true blue trainer. Like he trained damn near all of them. Garp is the hero. He's supposed to be the deterrent of like pirates. He's the one that went out and actually fucked people up. Now you could say now that Garp is a trainer, maybe, but like you still have 2 trainers. Like it's like Garp isn't like known as a trainer. Like the one person he's ever trained is Kobe in Helmeppo, right? That's the only one.
You also gotta remember that Garp has family ties and ties to Ace and Roger. Like he's far more. I think on a surface level, just based on that alone, he's far more conceptually interesting than Zephyr.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think the only thing is Zephyr only acts.
Repeat that.
I said I think Zephyr only adds the story and doesn't take away a single thing.
I think now
I
to
agree.
integrate him, I think integrate him now, you would have to be careful probably, but I agree with that. I think he's, I think the idea of
I
a
don't
like
think.
super trainer would be like kind of really dope that everyone looked up to at some point. And then I like the
Yeah,
idea of him
and the
being.
Marines need that.
I've let this
They
go
need
since
characters to
2012
Marines,
though.
and
Films came in like 2012. Like I've been letting this go,
100%.
bro. It's been a decade. Like I'm over this.
Damn,
I
it
hear
has been that long, hasn't it?
you. Keep telling you. I
Also,
try
Garp
to
did.
show niggas I've been here since I was like 11, 12. Like I've been here, bro. Like I can't get out the game. It's too
Wait,
late for me.
Garp didn't train. I thought Garp just specifically saved Aokiji's life one time. Did he train him? I don't remember this ever.
I know Kuzan looked up to him, so
Yeah, I don't remember him ever training Aokiji.
I know. What you saying according to the magazine? I didn't read that magazine, so there you go. More
That's just not canon.
information.
That's just not in the page.
Mhm.
As Vince says, show me the page number.
Where is it at?
Oh yeah, Naya. The episodes are 1029 to 1000.
What's the last episode I downloaded? One sec. 1POP. I have a fight folder. That's so crazy. I'm such a fight merchant right now. What's wrong with me? 27 is the 28 is the last one that I. What episode is this? It's the last one that I.
But you literally were right there.
It's when Luffy gets knocked out. When he averaged 4 flashbacks per punch. Okay, I remember that. Okay.
You just had to throw that in there, didn't you?
I did. I was feeling cheeky. Okay. Thank you, sir. Download it. I'll watch that. Maybe it'll give me.
It's the next 3 episodes after that.
Oh, 3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the magazine Aokiji was already a monster, but after training with
hilarious.
Garp, he got even stronger. Jesus Christ. There you go. Can I ask you guys a question? If what's one thing to you that one thing to you personally in the One Piece story that Oda absolutely cannot fumble in any capacity? Like it had to be something that you think the community at large, something very personal to you, if you could think of anything. Like he's
This
like
flashback coming right now.
Oh, okay.
For the
Oh, you
Void
mean like
Century.
in the story still?
Yeah,
That
like
we haven't
it's,
like
it's,
gone
it's
through
something
yet.
it's something we haven't like gone through. Like it could be like the Void Century, the mystery of Devil Fruits, the fight with Mihawk versus Zoro gonna deliver if it happens. Like what can he not? And you guys in the chat too. Like what Will of D you said? Okay, Will of D.
That he cannot. Oh, like if he like you're saying if he did, I would hate it, or like I just don't think like it's impossible.
Like you fumbled it. Like it would personally hurt you more than you think it would hurt anyone else because you care about it. Think like Hawkins for me. Who else cared like I did? No one else fucking cared about Hawkins. I did.
There's 2 things in the story that I absolutely need beyond belief. These are like the only 2 things I genuinely still care about. Zoro and Mihawk fighting, and this, which I find more important. This is kind of like 2 things, but it's Luffy and the redheads meeting again and talking or doing whatever. Where I specifically need Luffy and Shanks to actually talk, and I need Usopp and Yasop to actually talk.
They did in the movie though.
Because I do need a Usopp and Yasop like interaction badly. I think those are like the redheads and strawheads and then Zoro and Mihawk. I think those are 2 things like I absolutely need.
Okay.
Anything else I can be fine with. I don't expect much else. But like those are like the things we've been waiting since literally the beginning of the story.
Okay.
Fuck everything else.
The movie did implant a bridge version of those filler episodes. I'll watch the fleshed out version to see if I get that sister bond that you were talking about. Will of
The
D
movie
for
did
you.
not do an abridged version of those episodes.
Oh, okay. Empty once again. Listen to the Guinea Forest Japanese theme song. You can't fumble Blackbeard and the Void Century flashback, but for me personally, I just need him to like to not fuck up Garp. Okay, the One Piece needs to be real. I used to be a Hawkins believer, but I remember Oda hates A-Raps. That's crazy. Does he?
Huh?
A bit. I feel like there's some little racist tendencies.
Nigga in a box
Well,
Where
guy,
did
just
that
like that
come
in
from?
general.
nigga in a box guy, man. Nigga in a box is never not funny to me. I'm sorry. Nigga in a box, bro.
I
What
still
about you,
think
Pat?
what were the two people in Dressrosa?
The two
Abdul
people in
and
Dressrosa, you
Jafar.
said. Oh, okay.
Abdul and Jafar. They were talking about
Oh,
like
the bounty
bombs and
hunters.
shit. And there was like a point. They said something. They were talking about bombs too at
Abdullah
some
and
point. I
Jeet.
was just like,
Yes, it's
yeah,
Abdullah and Jeet.
yeah, that was.
Would you rather when Luffy meets Shanks, he runs and punches him off rip, or he jumps and hugs him like he did Zoro and Wano or something? Um,
Wait, what?
I think the context of the situation matters in my opinion. So I don't have a concrete answer for you, but here's what I'll say. Luffy isn't naive to the world of pirates. That I think that he would be like, I think it's the point that they could talk and do what they have to do, and then have that fight they need to have. The fight they need to have. I've always got that impression with him because of how him and Ace depart. When he's like, next time we meet each other, on the sea, we as pirates. He's like, all right, Nick,
Yeah,
like
it's
totally
on
cool
site.
about it. Like, yeah. So
Uh,
I foresee it being in a vein like that if he ever meets him again. I still hope Blackbeard beats him with his other arm to death.
I
They're,
kind of.
they're,
Oh, go on,
go
Pat.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I was gonna say, I think, for me, I look at it as like very similar to like the Roger versus Whitebeard thing. That's kind of how I see it. Like they like smile really widely when they see each other, and like they both like jump from their like ships, and they do like a conqueror's coding clash. And either they do like a crew tussle and then they talk after, or they'll talk after and then do a tussle.
Okay, that's fair.
But I see it as like Shanks saying like, "Yo, Luffy, show me what you got," and then like just jump and like do something, like do a Conqueror's Cutting Clash.
Took the words right out my mouth.
Okay, I like that actually. And like they can low key communicate with that shit, so they'd probably like, ooh, Luffy, you finally become a pirate that's worth a damn. So,
Yeah,
for me, I have a lot of personal investment in Teach. If Teach doesn't deliver for me, I would be highly upset. I'll be very hurt, truly. I would. I would be. And it has nothing to do with him like losing and being defeated. He just has to deliver and be like a absolutely like top tier menacing antagonist when it's truly time for him to like be the focus. That's really what I care about.
I mean, he's already been a thorn in my side when I read this story. Nothing good ever comes out of when he shows up. So I think he's pretty much nailed him in that regard so far.
That's fair.
And
And
I just
depending,
want to say, because I
yeah.
wasn't here when this happened, I was absolutely positively annoyed to fucking hell the week that Blackbeard pulled up on Law, because I had 6 people hit my fucking line talk about something. Is Law gonna die? Oh my god, it's over for Law. Is Law gonna die? And I said, you know what? I think Law's gonna pull a masterclass. They're like, but his crew, watch. They're gonna show you guys something. Because y'all underestimating them really crazy right now. And Lord behold, he stood his fucking ground and made that nigga Blackbeard look like the fucking goofy that he is. So I just want to extend a thank you to Oda for doing this.
I was wrong. I ate crow that stream. I was wrong. They
Now
failed.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people that were hitting my line specifically. Is Law gonna die? Oh my god, it's over for Law. Oh, R.I.P. Shut the fuck. If I hear anybody talk about Law again, I'm beating their ass.
I can't believe them niggas is cold underwater. I guess I was like, all right, y'all got it. That was I literally had to. I literally I think my favorite meme about that was literally the Shaq meme. Like, I apologize, I
yeah.
wasn't familiar with your game. I was like, what is this water bullet jutsu? They said out the water. They're not even fishermen. What's going on? They swimming. Okay, y'all got it.
Hey, them boys said we came from the cold seas of the North Blue. Do not underestimate
and
us.
I said the submarine makes more sense that way. What I think of the chapter, I 7 out of 10. I was like, I was cool on it. Like, I wasn't like blown away. I'm not upset. I think there's some good things. I got some questions about some things. I just want to see how some stuff play out. But that's kind of where I'm at, low key. Like, long story short. But yeah, they did. Damn it, they did their thing, man. I'm not gonna. I couldn't believe it. But all the only thing with me is people can get mad at me. What do I always say? Just show me on paper. That's all I always say. Right? Show me on paper and
Yeah,
you got it.
I wasn't mad at you. I just told you the only thing I told you that ended up
Was gonna
being
fight.
true.
They were gonna fight. They did fight.
Yeah.
They fought. I was like, oh my, I was like, no, they fighting. I was wrong. I had to say I was wrong. I'm sorry like 8 times. The Blackbeard
Ah,
James gonna end the fight soon. All right, the Blackbeard. I like that. LeBam James.
nigga, Blackbeard in the fucking air, riding a goddamn sky horse. All like, hey man, we pirates. We don't fight in the sky. We fight on the fucking sea. Cut that shit up. Had that nigga Blackbeard fall into his doom like the fucking goofy that he is. I'm gonna keep calling him a goofy too, because that's what he is.
That's not entirely.
Nigga, like I didn't know his double fruit can do that. That's his problem. That's what makes me mad about Teach. His overconfidence comes from what? You catch people lacking all the time. Why are you overconfident?
He read a book.
Fuck out of here,
He be reading. He be reading. We respect readers out in these streets, okay?
Niggas
don't be reading enough.
As a side note, before I forget this, I gotta say that I have been absolutely enjoying the fact that there's been a LeBron meme going around because he's always fucking capping and lying for no fucking unprovoked for no reason. And I've been seeing all the memes of people like when they're lying, they have a LeBron pick of some sort. I keep that going. That is moving me. I love it. I saw one about like it's like something to do with like I don't know what religion it was, but he had on like the outfit, and he's like inshallah, I always knew that. I can't remember what I said. Bro, you guys are going crazy with this meme, but I've been enjoying that. I've been enjoying that. He's a serial liar on God. So yeah. Number one Blackbeard hater. I might be number one Blackbeard fan, honestly, but
I'm the number one Blackbeard hater. That's me.
I get Pat's point.
I'm a Pat's enthusiast.
Pat's points don't even upset me. I just like Blackbeard. He's like, he's a bitch and a coward, right? I'm like, I agree. It's awesome. I love it. He's ugly and he's fat and he got bad teeth. I like a real pirate. I need more of it. I hope he stink too.
This man with the literal darkness for you want this man to fight out in the open? Come on, Pat. You eat a shadow.
In the light? It was too blinding. I'm a LeBron guy, but I might be lying for fun. Yeah, he's funny. What did they say about something that he said he always loved, but it came out like a month after that interview? I'm like, this guy just be, I don't know. Yeah, it's funny, man. Being on the first page of everything, he always fake reading. Come on, dog. But yeah. Just I know there's another question. Oh, Pat, did you answer what your thing was? Like what you need to get what needs to be delivered for you personally?
Yeah, Void Century flashback.
Oh, okay.
This is the number one thing about One Piece that has always made me question how deep is Oda's bag truly. Because for a civilization to just be erased from history, and this is 100-year time period, what happened? Like, this has to be some earth-shattering reveal.
Like, what is the world government so afraid of the general populace knowing that they did all this? You know,
Yeah,
the 20 noble families, and like, what is it? Like, I hope it's
like erasing 100 years from history and basically restarting based on what we just knew just now from this chapter. They restarted from scratch. It's crazy, and people just went along with it. Like, yeah, this is the year 1 now, huh? Bro, what?
Oh shoot!
I saw something similar to this in Astra Lost in Space. So I think that's why I like that anime so much, because they kind of erased the time period of their history, but that was because of a dire situation. The Earth was literally about to get ran through by an asteroid, and they found a way around it. But the technology that they used to find a way around it caused massive disaster, so they had to restart it. But this is like something else entirely. Like whatever Oda has cooked up, it needs to deliver.
I agree. I'm trying to. Is there anything else I wanted to say? I'm just gonna go through the chapter one more time. If not, I'm gonna get some food and call it a night. A night off.
Get some food. Please tell me you ate today. No.
I had water. It was a hectic day. It's not an excuse. It was a hectic day though. I just didn't get around to it.
I don't want to hear something like this again.
He's right because I did a lot of work too, and I worked out everything at empty. I'm just running off of water and hockey right now, bro. Straight willpower.
I don't care if you have to stuff some McDonald's in your belly. Just something, please.
McDonald's. It's gotta be worse than genocide, right? I don't even know like what to fathom. Like I don't have any theories. I really don't. I don't know what to tell
I
you.
do.
I have not. What's up then? What's going on? You might have
We
you might have somewhat shared it once with
I
me.
did.
think.
I
Yeah.
did.
Okay.
I shared it with both of y'all. I don't even remember it all. I
With
remember
me?
talking about this like way long ago. Remember I had that whole theory? This was a long time.
You can
ago,
break
though.
next week, by the way. No.
No.
Okay.
No. I
Would
can't
you
remember
guys?
my full thing. I remember. Go on.
No, I was gonna ask. What do you guys think Bonnie's role here is really gonna be? Do you have any ideas? I'm
I
still
don't
trying
get
to
Mm,
fully pinpoint.
near
I know
enough.
it's gonna have Connect to Kuma and the Seraphim coming and yada. I know there's that much, but like beyond that, can't she make
I
Vegapunk young and hide him or something? What's she here for?
that's interesting. Why didn't I think of that?
Oh, I'm still curious if Bonnie's power is needed by Imu to like also help with like I don't know, keeping even Gorset and young too. Like
That is interesting. I'm glad that you brought that up. That is definitely a possibility.
Where it's like Vegapunk's an old man and yada yada. You just use it. I guess the thing is like, would it like revert him to having back his like brain and like because he's like younger again? Like I don't know, but like. I feel like it'd be interesting. I don't know. I'm just wondering what your like. I know, like we had like a lot of different supernova in these arcs with us. I'm wondering what you're gonna do specifically aside like the stuff that have to do with Kuma, but remains to be seen. I don't have any smoke for Bonnie. I don't dislike her. So
he was like,
she's not she's not the best. She's not the best pink hair queen in the series though. Sorry guys. It's Perona, for me at least. I like Perona. I like Perona
Says
a lot.
Perona.
Yeah, I like
happy
Perona a
that
lot.
you're happy.
It's definitely Hina.
No, chain smoking bitch. I'm kidding. Hina's fine. You said it, and I'm like, damn it, she's fire, but I have to throw something in there just to help my case.
That's why I was
Nicotine
laughing. I
addict.
was like, that was the best that he could come up with.
Nicotine addict? Nah, moving me. Gothica Lolita, fashion style, ghost princess is moving me. Hawkins, I thought Bonnie's was way older, honestly. Naya, what do you think of Saul surviving O'Hara's destruction and the reason Dragon found the Revolutionary Army? So I'll repeat this. I'm actually so shocked I never said this out loud before. There's some opinions in One Piece that I like I forget I never shared before. But Raijin, I never thought Saul was dead. I never thought he died. The reason for that is because when Luffy was frozen by Kuzan, I'm like, well, they just defrosted him in the water. He was fine. You can add the Dofi thing later on when he breaks out. I know he could probably just like shook out immediately, but he was frozen. He was alive. And Kuzan is not a bad person, in my opinion. I think his morality amongst the three admirals we kind of met first. I would argue it's similar to Garp. Like Garp wants to clean up like the seas and everything, but not at the detriment. Like he could basically do a thing where it's like, yo, he's a pirate, but he's a good man. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how they say with Jack Sparrow and like not with Jack necessarily, but like in Pirates of the Caribbean. So I never thought he was dead, and I'm like, Kuzan would not murder somebody like Saul in cold blood like that. I thought he froze him to protect him, so I had no problem with him showing up the way that he did. I did think the Elbaf connection might have been a bit forced, but that's my only real critique there. As for Dragon, I do not believe that Dragon's motivation is just because what happened to O'Hara and what happened with Clover. I think that was the final nail in the coffin that finally made him go through with like exactly what he had to do and create the Revolutionary Army from the freedom fighters. I'm sure he's seen tons of atrocities and things of that nature, but when it came to this, he's like, these are scholars. They're not even combatants or like an army. They just read. And you killed all of them and wiped them off the face of the planet like this. That's enough corruption. I'm done with this shit. Like to me, that's what it seemed like to me. Like it came to a boiling point. So yeah. Yes, sir. For a second, I thought you were gonna say the Pink Queen is Big Mom. I was about to book a flight to Canada. Chill. Not even 28-year-old Big Mom. Chill. I like Perona. Perona's one of my favorite One Piece girls from like the just like visual standpoint. Robin.
I've come around to her appearance
Yeah,
as I've
Robin,
gotten older.
Perona, Viola, Bo Hancock, and who am I forgetting? Somebody else. I don't know. But yeah.
Boa Hancock.
You said only post taskets for you? Oh, that's what, I'm okay with that. I thought Woomies was way older. Honestly, I didn't, but he's in charge to give him a chance to survive. I hear you. I like Robin's expression in this chapter. Sort of that. Like I really like I really love how consistent her emotional connection to the island and stuff really happens to be, and it makes me funny that I actually think it was kind of cool that Frankie was the one to kind of be like, "Oh, made her cry." All right, that's like when you think about the position he was in Ennia's lobbies. Actually, I forgot to mention that. I was actually kind of like that he was the one that said that. I thought for sure it would have been Sanji first, but yeah, this will be the Pink Queen. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. Y'all any final words for the people? Second.
The final saga is starting off on a great note. I'm enjoying it. I was at Cope if it's genuinely how I feel.
Crocodile for Pirate King.